Hey there, magnet fiends. My name is Zeke Freak. I'm eating a sandwich. Joining me today are my usual cohorts, Kevin, who we haven't ruled out as a Russian spy, and Sheridan, who once wrote on a Tanny Bata card that he wanted to be encased in a giant marshmallow. And together, we're going to reminisce about that Dawn soap commercial with the baby duck covered in oil. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show.
You'll never know the answer. You'll never know the answer to whether or not I'm a Russian spy. I will never talk. Ever.
Okay.
Which may or may not be a tacit admittance, but again, you'll never know.
It sounds pretty tacit to me. As a guy who hasn't used the word tacit in probably like 12 years, it sounds extremely tacit.
Ah, shit.
You drew attention to it.
Ah,
That's
damn.
the problem.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you're a terrible spy. Good lord.
Red spy is in the base. Yeah,
You brought great shame to the fatherland.
Yeah, if I sound a little rough, everybody, it's because over the last weekend, not this weekend, because why would I be recording? Last weekend I came down with a chest cold, and I've been kind of coughing all week. I'm better now, but I still got a bit of that. I've still got a bit of that leftover, throat scratchiness. So
Yeah. And if I sound like I'm eating crackers with cottage cheese, that's because I am.
Oh, you enjoy that, sir.
We're doing this in a hurry.
Yeah, well, yeah. When we started, like, when I texted you, like, weren't you still in bed or something?
Yeah, I just woke up.
Yeah. You sound amazingly chipper for somebody who just woke up, but then again, I'm the kind of person who needs coffee to get going in the morning, so...
Well, I had like...
I know, because you're a drug addict. I get it.
I am, and I will absolutely admit that.
Yeah, to be fair, that was like 15 minutes ago. I woke up, got food.
I could be addicted to worse drugs.
That's not a great argument, but okay. We'll accept it.
I'm just addicted to cigarettes, alcohol, Phoenix titties.
I like two of those things.
We'll leave it to you to guess which.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Kevin, you gotta keep the show going. I'm trying to eat.
Dude, you're the fucking host, man.
I'm hosting. I'm also eating. It's power hosting.
Christ.
You know what?
So-
I'm also eating. I'm eating leftover Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Thanksgiving for a viewer
It
base.
came and
All
went.
two of you.
And you were there. And you weren't there. But you were there in spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was there.
Yeah, I went over to...
Yeah.
I went over to Sheridan's house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
this
you
past
came over to my
Thursday.
house. He met my crazy uncle, who is a functioning sociopath, literally. And he's very fun.
Better than the non-functioning sociopaths I've met in my life, so he's got that going for him.
The functioning really adds to the experience.
It does. Like I have met sociopaths, and you know what? Your uncle, top three.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's an interesting guy.
Fun to talk to,
Super
never
fun.
a dull moment.
Yeah, really he is. But yeah, so Thanksgiving happened. Everybody hopefully didn't get trampled on Black Friday over
Nope.
a $1 Walmart toaster.
Untrampled.
Untrampled.
Yeah, I just do the safe thing and I stay at home and order my stuff online and I make people in the warehouse trample over each other. to get my
Exactly.
shit.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. That's
That's
exactly
what it means to be an American.
That's what Christmas is all about. Making
Mhm.
other people kill each other for your glory.
Exactly. See, you.
Just like Jesus intended.
I'm sure George Washington is looking down with tear in his eye, like this is exactly what we intended.
Yeah. Jesus, George Washington, what's the difference, right?
Jesus
Yeah,
watching.
Harambe, he's up there too.
Yeah.
I'm naming my child that now. Jesus Washington Harambe.
Only you do that.
What was the one internet poll the Canadian couple did there was a Canadian couple that did a poll for what to name their child, and it came out to be something like, what was it? Was it like, what was it? It was something Allspark. It was something. It was something Allspark is what their fucking child's name ended up being. Like, oh my god! Like, Jesus, never put anything to an internet poll. Never put anything to an internet poll.
Yep.
Remember when Gushing Grannies almost won the fucking Mountain Dew?
Oh, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, they almost won the Mountain Dew green apple flavor contest.
Yeah, Gushing Grannies.
Gushing Grannies.
Yeah, it was between it was between Gushing Grannies and Hitler did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I just read that thing a few days ago about the kids at Robert E. Lee Elementary that were allowed to vote on what the new name would be.
Yep.
It's
John Cena Elementary.
John Cena Elementary. What was it, like Adolf Hitler's School for Prosperity and Peace or something?
For wellness and acceptance.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All things we know he embodied.
Clearly.
Uh-huh.
They should
Hey,
go
as long as you were white
Yeah,
and blonde and blue-eyed, as long as you were a fucking Aryan.
which he wasn't for some reason.
Yeah, you can. They should name it John Cena Elementary School so that they can make their slogan "You can't see us."
You can't blame me for not showing up. I couldn't find the school. It's invisible.
Right. Oh my
Maybe that's what they were thinking when
That
they
might
voted
be.
for that.
They're fucking elementary school students. Of course it is.
If the school's invisible, we don't have to show up.
I feel like as soon as that one student said Hitler's School for Acceptance or whatever, like he was just recruited by 4chan.
Yeah, immediately.
It was like, oh man, we got a live one. Let's get him in. Let's indoctrinate him. Let's get him in here.
Immediately.
Right. We must indoctrinate.
Get that child a Jordan Peterson video stat.
Right. We haven't had a live one. We haven't had a live, bona fide, old-fashioned 4chaner born in 1,000 generations.
Christ.
Like, he's truly the prophesized one that will save this website.
Hey kid. Do you have any strong feelings about the Jews?
May I interest you in a discussion about Maury Calliope?
That's a different board.
Yeah, that's not the B board. That's the VT board. But
Yeah,
if you ever
VT.
bring up that, if you ever bring up that character, you are in for an unending shitstorm of some of the most vitriolic hatred, unwarranted vitriolic hatred I've ever seen in my entire life.
Look, she just misunderstands what the fuck lean is one time, and everybody hates her. That's all that happens.
Yeah.
Like, haha, white girl, dude.
My thing is I still think the reason they hate her is because unlike them, her mommy actually loves her.
One of the funniest
whatever.
parts is that people keep saying that she's a bad rapper, but they only ever bring up the raps where she's rapping badly deliberately.
Yeah, trust me, I know. They only bring up her goofy raps. It's like, oh yeah, Eminem's trash. All he does is shitpost when they only bring up like the songs where he's intentionally shitposting.
It's like, no, play red, bitch, play red.
Yeah, Red is actually really good.
It is. It's
A lot of
great
her
song.
songs
I
are
love
actually
that
really
song.
good.
I think part of the problem is that Iggy Azalea just ruined rapping for all women forever.
I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Society wasn't ready, and neither was Iggy, frankly. We weren't ready for a black president, and we weren't ready for a female rapper. You know, some things you got to ease into.
Yeah,
Forgive them, God. They know not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, no, Thanksgiving was great. Had a good time. Got to hang out with Sheridan and Josh.
Kevin hasn't eaten that much in 4 years.
You're... Oh, the unfortunate part is that you're not wrong.
I don't know, man. He goes to Taco Bell like every 2 days.
I know, right?
Cashing his
And you think-
reward.
I'm sorry.
He gets like one burrito.
I'm sorry. You think Taco Bell is filling?
That's a good point as well.
It's fucking
That's
Taco Bell.
That's only like 60% real beef. The other 40%, who knows?
I go and get the $5 box all the time, and it's delicious and it's filling.
I actually have
Of course, I have a stomach the size of a bean nowadays because I've basically given up on food.
Yeah,
Like these few bites of turkey next to me, this is all I'm going to eat today.
Right.
Food is evil and it makes you fat, and I'm tired of it.
I will say, you mentioned the $5 cravings box or whatever the fuck. I actually have like a menu hack that I use with that. I just replaced the soda or whatever the fuck with a regular coffee, and that knocks it down by like 230.
Oh yeah, I know. Every restaurant except for fucking McDonald's like overcharges to death on their fucking soda.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So like
Know how much a soda?
Which seems crazy to say about something that's $1.
Know how much a soda costs? The store?
No, less
$5
than $1.
5 cents.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they have
5
like an
cents
insane
syrup
fucking
filling.
markup on that.
I know, it's just crazy to call something that costs $1 an insane markup. It's true. It sounds crazy though.
It's only $1 at McDonald's. At fucking Taco Bell,
That's
it's like $2.
That's true.
That's what I'm talking about.
When I
I'm
used to go
talking
to
about,
Burger King all the time, it was like 180 or something.
Yeah,
that was before Bidenflation or whatever.
Yeah, the thing is,
that's what I'm talking about. Is like, you know, all these other restaurants have insane markups on their soda. Like McDonald's just charges like, they're basically earning $1 on every one.
Evil geniuses.
Evil, yes. Geniuses.
Hey,
I'm not
people
so
consistently buy soda. People will go to Taco Bell for food and then drive next door to McDonald's to buy a drink because it's cheap.
Yeah. To be fair, also the Coke hit different there.
The Coke is
It does
there.
because McDonald's is the only restaurant that gets it in the specific batch that they get it.
Yep.
Everybody else gets Coca-Cola in the box and bags or the bibs, as they're called.
Yep.
Or the bag-in boxes, and McDonald's gets these giant fuck off like 60-gallon tanks. And I believe the recipe is slightly different too.
Yeah, they got the good shit.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll go to I know plenty of people who will go to like Taco Bell or Wendy's or whatever and buy their food, and then they'll just like drive next door to McDonald's to buy their drink.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Unfortunately, I'm behind on all of my anime at this point, so
No. I wasn't ready to move on from Taco Bell.
whoops. Okay. You want to keep talking about Taco Bell? Keep going.
I want to know how the fuck do they have the $5 value box or whatever, but the fucking $5 footlong is now $6? How does that work?
Because fresh vegetables are the number one thing that suffer through things like recalls and spoilage.
Yeah.
So their overhead is higher. The $5 footlong was never intended to be a profit item. But since everybody, it was what's called a loss leader. It's intended to get you in the door.
Yeah.
And then you buy other stuff. Like you'll buy like 3 $5 footlong.
Oh, he cut out there for a second. Okay,
I did that. I didn't hear him cut out.
Okay.
And then I
guess you're the one recording, so that's what matters.
Exactly. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, it's called a loss leader because it's not actually making you a decent amount of profit. It was just intended to get people in the door and discover Subway. And now that people consistently go to Subway and their numbers are way up, then now they've increased the price so they can actually start profiting off of those footlongs.
Yeah, I didn't think about the vegetable thing because I don't really eat vegetables.
Ever since
So my $5 footlong was like all meat and sauce and cheese.
Yeah.
So I was like, why the fuck is this going up?
Yeah, you mentioned, like, every time someone mentions loss leaders, like, my mind immediately goes to the Costco soda and hot dog combo for $150. We're like, they're...
If you raise it, he'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, we need to raise the price of the hot dog and soda.
If you raise the price of the fucking hot dog, I will kill you.
It's like, I will kill you. Word for word. And you know what? It hasn't raised since. It hasn't. It's still there.
That guy and the Arizona tea guy need to like hang out.
Arizona tea is surprisingly good. I like Arizona tea.
My convenience store doesn't carry it for some reason. I wonder why.
There are some, like, they're actually, like, fucking, Arizona will actually, like, fucking call up various stores that, like, try to do a markup on Arizona tea for, like, $179 or $129 or whatever the fuck. And they'll be, like, this has happened before. People will post on, you know, Twitter, Facebook, social media that, you know, oh, the Arizona tea price is going up, and an Arizona tea representative will be like, they're not allowed to do that. What's the store? And they will
Yeah, no, that's literally illegal. That's why they print it on the can.
Yep. And they will either force them to go back to the other one, or they will revoke their right to actually sell Arizona tea. They will give them the ultimatum: you drop that shit back down to $1, or you can't sell that anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
I think my local place gave up. It was like, well, we're not going to sell it for 99 cents, so we're just not going to sell it.
Well, then fuck you then.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Which is weird, because I still got the 99-cent Venoms, which is weird.
Yeah, like that is a weird thing, because like a lot of these places will still sell certain things for like dirt fucking cheap. Like they'll sell certain beers or certain energy drinks for $1, but the second Arizona tea needs to go for $1. Oh, that's too much.
I think it's only because fringe weirdos like me regularly drink Venom. I think they're afraid of normal people drinking Arizona tea.
Right, because at that point, like that starts to become a bit of a
Also, they carry the substantially more expensive brisk tea.
Right,
so
right.
They might want to push people to the brisk instead.
Yeah, the problem is brisk is worse. I don't like brisk. I don't.
I like brisk fine, but it's gotten too expensive, so I don't have it anymore.
Yeah. Honestly, I just go with Arizona. Arizona's just...
I'd love to, but my convenience store doesn't carry it. I wonder why.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have raised the fucking price on it.
I don't know if they did. I think they just decided not to fuck with them.
Maybe... I'm sorry. Like, I gotta respect the Arizona, like, fucking... pricing scheme there.
Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah, it works. It's good. It works. They managed to figure out a way to keep that shit down to $1 without having to change the formulation or how it's packaged or anything. Like they keep that shit going where it is, and I gotta fucking respect it. It's like one of the few fucking low cost items at stores that like hasn't fucking seen a massive increase in inflation.
That's also respectable and not fucking Donald Duck juice.
Oh god, fucking Donald Duck juice. I got
every time I bring up the Donald Duck juice, repressed memories bubble to the surface.
Yeah, just like I remember fucking Vietnam flashbacks go across my face.
I've never had it. I've only ever seen it at Dollar Tree, and I thought, I'm not getting that.
It's fucking hilarious how like you didn't know it, like you didn't think Donald Duck juice was a thing up until I fucking brought it up.
Yeah.
And then only after.
I knew it was real. I saw it at Dollar Tree.
Right.
Or no, did I see it at Dollar Tree after you brought it up?
Yeah, that was after I brought it up. Like I brought up Donald Duck juice, and you're like, "What the fuck is Donald Duck juice?"
It's a real thing.
It is.
It existed.
Yeah, Disney's had Donald Duck juice around since like the 1950s.
Get them indoctrinated early. Get children to associate the Disney Corporation with their sustenance.
With health and wellness.
Well, more with staying alive. The health is debatable.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're done talking about food for now.
What a coincidence. I just finished eating.
Ah, okay. That works.
Synergy! Corporate synergy.
Another thing that happened last night is I decided to...
Gotta touch base!
Yep.
Let's look ahead! Anyway, continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good.
I was just being that guy that's on the phone during every fucking transaction at a convenience store, where he's on the phone with his like business or whatever, and he's just like talking to them extremely loudly about whatever business he's doing.
Yes.
I'm coming right to the conference room. I just have to buy smokes and an Arizona tea.
Sometimes I think Bluetooth earbuds were a bane on society.
Yeah.
You ever get them? Yeah. I get that impression sometimes.
Yeah. But another thing that did last night was I decided to surf through the current Steam sale because I was bored, and I wasn't intending to buy anything. But then I saw that Left 4 Dead 2 was 99 cents, I wasn't gonna say no to that.
It was 99 cents.
That shit was 99 cents. So, yeah, got that, and me and Zeke played through a few for good, like, what, 3 missions or so.
Yeah, we got to the Jimmy Gibbs Jr. car and whiffed twice, and I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to bed.
God, that entire... oh, God. The second time, both fucking Nick and Rochelle just couldn't, for the life of us, figure out how to fucking revive us. They kept getting distracted.
They got in a loop, and they just didn't revive us.
Like, Nick came right up next to me, was about to start reviving me, and then a zombie attacked him. And then I'm like, okay, he's done with that zombie. He's gonna come and revive me. He just runs away. Runs the fuck away. I'm like, I'm right here, next to the car, with a gas canister. Fucking save me, you ass!
Yeah.
Christ.
We also did to be fair, I haven't played in a long time, so I was kind of rusty with it.
Yeah.
We did a terrible job of staying together. We counted too much on the AI to bail us out of things.
We did. So when we go back into that later, we're gonna try to do a better job of actually like keeping together as a group.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I love this game. I've wanted to play with you for a long time.
Hey, finally, you can, and I'm having a good time. It's fun. It's very fun. I've never played Left 4 Dead.
Yep. Yeah, there's no need to play the original. All the levels from 1 are imported into 2 with improvements and stuff.
Right. And you said that this game has, like, what, 12 fucking campaigns or some shit?
It has, like, 12 or 13 official ones, and then there's a ton of, like, community ones.
Right. But, like, just in terms of official campaigns, like, that is an insane... that is an insane level of value for $1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When Valve has a Valve sale, all their shit is available for stupid cheap. Like everything. Like I've been wanting to play the Half-Life. There's 2 fan games, Entropy Zero and Entropy Zero 2. That I've heard are really good. They require Half-Life 2 episodes 1 and 2, which I had Half-Life 2, but I never bought the episodes on Steam anyway because I had them on PS3.
Yeah.
So I just bought them on sale here. They were like 79 cents a piece.
Shit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
At that price, like, why the fuck not?
Yeah, whenever there's a Steam sale, all of Valve, like, Valve has like a bundle of like all of their shit that's normally like $95, and it goes down to like $7. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's literally why I decided to buy Left 4 Dead 2, because like, shit, what else am I gonna get for $1? Come on.
In this economy, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it, that's a good deal.
It was either that or an Arizona tea, and you weren't thirsty.
I wasn't.
Nope. He's so not thirsty, he drinks coffee with his Taco Bell. Which, I don't know how you put up with this combination.
Well, last time I did that, I actually, a good week ago, Dollar General actually, Family Dollar. Family Dollar had a really good sale on Dr. Pepper. It was like 3 for 3 for the 2 liters.
Dr. Pepper, not Dr. Pibb?
Not that's Mr. Pibb, thank you.
Not Mr. Pibb or Dr. Thunder?
Nope, it's straight up regular ass Dr. Pepper.
At the Dollar General?
At the Family Dollar.
Oh. Well, it's like a Dollar General, but it's red.
Yeah.
I like how they diverse. I like how the dollar stores. You got the red one, the yellow one, and the green one.
You do. And the green one's the only one that actually sells shit for closer to $1 consistently.
Yeah. It's kind of like how the major video game companies slowly drifted into their current color identities over time.
Right.
Remember when Sony was red for a while? That was cool.
They were only really red for like the greatest hits games.
No, I know. I mean like the banners at GameStop are red.
Oh, right. Wow.
Like in the second half of like the PS3 era, like Sony was the red company for a while.
Right.
Because Nintendo was still rocking the white. They were like white and blue.
Right. Oh, yeah, right. Because the Wii and the Wii U, yeah.
Yeah, and then interestingly, they swapped. When the PS4 and Vita came out, Sony went deep blue, and then Nintendo went red with the Switch. So you think they talked about that? You think they didn't want to show up to the same party wearing the same colors? Like, oh well, one of us is gonna have to change.
It might have been one of those situations, yeah.
Yeah. fucking Sean Layden and Reggie walk into a GameStop like, well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, Xbox over here has just been green the entire time. They're just like, I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing.
They've had green on lock from the get-go, so
They have.
doesn't surprise me.
Like, it's like they recognize that they're, like, everybody had tried every other, you know, bright and, like, super identifiable color on the spectrum except for green.
That's true. So they really owned that from the get-go.
They did.
They had a splash of orange for a while, too.
Yeah, because Xbox Live.
Yeah.
But...
Which was brilliant, because green and orange.
Yep.
It's a striking combination on a plastic box.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
Actually, those are contrasting colors. So
Color
they
wheel.
they artistically work together.
Yeah.
Yep.
It pops out on the box. They're like, what is Halo 2? I have to dedicate the next 500 hours of my existence to this.
Yeah.
I mean, give them credit. It gave it, like, Xbox is one of the most visible gaming brands just because, like, the entire aesthetic.
Yeah, you see an X in a circle, you're like, I know what that means.
I know what that means.
You press that, you go to the home menu. Or at least open the dash. I don't know how Xbox works. I've never owned one.
I want to keep going.
I am going.
I'm going.
I thought I was the host. Oh, when I don't have something to talk about, I'm the... Oh, you're the host. But when I do, it's like, shut up, let Kevin talk.
I concur. This is very hypocritical behavior from Kevin.
Damn it. I need to be more consistent. I'm too consistent in
Outvoted.
my inconsistency, so I need to be inconsistent with my consistency.
I love democracy. We'll go on if it's so important.
I will. Yeah, so video games. I've been playing a lot more Halo Infinite since the winter update dropped, and
I noticed you noticing me noticing that.
yep, so many hours in Halo Infinite lately. So many.
How many?
I think
tell
the
us.
last 2 weeks I've put a good like 30 hours into it.
Up, Reese sniffed my nuts.
What?
Just the video in our server.
Oh, okay.
Keep it posted.
But yeah, no. Finished Sonic Frontiers, and I'm currently doing a second 100% run. I'm on to the second island, the second better island. I don't hate Kronos Island. It's just very, very boring.
I love this game. 1/3 of it is boring.
Okay, I wouldn't say it's quote unquote boring, but like it's less visually and design wise distinct.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, it's very much the island that gets you used to movement and just generally how the gameplay works. The second island is like, okay, let's go fucking crazy. And it's great. Nah, I'm having a good time. I really like Sonic Frontiers. They also released some new DLC for it. I got the Soap Shoes DLC, where you can get Sonic's shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. That's nice. It doesn't add any gameplay benefits, but damn, it looks good. But what does add gameplay benefits is the Monster Hunter DLC. Monster Hunter DLC, which is also free.
Sonic gets a giant fucking bastard sword.
No.
Oh.
In the fishing areas, you can actually cook meat now, and cooking meat correctly gains you tokens that you can buy shit with. It's
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I love how when you fail the cooking minigame in Sonic Frontiers, the pop-up is just like, well, some people prefer it this way. It's not like some, binary.
Wow, this tastes like shit.
It's not some binary of like, you win or you failed. It's just like,
Someone
well,
will buy this.
well, people have different tastes, different preferences.
This is the Donald Duck juice of meat.
Just like very faint praise there. It's just like, well, some people prefer it this way. It's funny. I am firmly behind on all of my weekly anime because I've been doing other shit this week. Fuck.
It's the holiday season!
Yep.
Yep.
Damn it.
Like I said,
a
so who
distinct
went out
lack
and
of
spent-
anime on our anime
went out-
podcast.
Who went out and gave Jeff Bezos like half their fucking year's spending so they could buy gifts for their kids?
I need to call up Ash and see if that happened.
Or
I don't
friend.
have kids, so yeah.
Or
that I know
friend.
of.
Or friend.
Yeah. No. You see, I wait till the last minute, like a panicked, insane person.
Yeah, me too.
Ah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Last minute, do all my shopping, and then I'm done. It's just like, okay, wait for the day.
Yeah,
When's the day?
December 22nd. Time to go to the mall.
Well, you have.
So
like,
I did last year, and that's. To be fair, when else am I gonna go to the mall?
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Make a very good point there. Yeah, honestly, I've not been up to a whole terrible awful lot. Watched some movies again. We saw Freebirds on Monday.
Nice.
They went back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkey off the menu.
You know, thanks to you, by the way, thanks to you,
Mhm.
and just the word Freebirds being said anywhere between in the vicinity of my phone, I'm now being recommended Freebirds free to watch on fucking YouTube every single time I turn on YouTube. I hate you for it. I hope you die. Anyway.
Wait, it was on YouTube, and you still went to the fucking 123 ABC website or whatever?
I didn't know it was on fucking YouTube. No one tells me shit. Google didn't tell me that.
Damn.
Well,
the algorithm is slacking.
I don't know if it's actually a free movie. I just know it's like
I'll
on
look
there.
it up.
Right. I swear to God, if it's a free movie, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
Hold on. No, it's for buying
Here.
rent.
Okay, good.
Here, I was gonna say here. You can borrow mine.
I was about to say, you're the only person I know here with a firearm, can I?
Yeah, no, rest easy, Kevin. It's a buy or rent situation.
Okay. God, if that was actually in the free section, oh God, fuck. God, I went into a cold
Hold
sweat
on,
there for a second.
These birds aren't that free. You can't make me pay for this. It's literally free birds.
You say it's free birds, but it says it's $3.99.
Suspicious.
We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to kill white people. Let me
Every
see
copy
here.
of Freebirds is personalized.
That is an edit that I actually saw, though.
Because I retweeted it.
Oh, fuck, right.
I love when you just say, yeah, I happened upon this thing. I'm like, no, that was me. I brought that to you.
Sometimes I see shit on, like, my YouTube recommended, and sometimes I see shit because you retweeted it, and it blends together a little bit every now and then. Like, the streams get crossed. But,
You just live your entire life in a hazy fugue state.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
that explains a great many things.
Yeah, thankfully we got that out of the way. I rewatched the singular live-action Mobile Suit Gundam movie from 1999, G-Savior, and yeah, that's definitely a 1999 direct-to-TV Gundam live-action movie made by Canadians. Fucking...
That's a sentence.
That is a lot. G-Savior's a lot. It's not boring.
I know about G-Savior.
Yeah, it's not a boring movie, but it's not a bad...
Never watched it.
It's not a good movie.
No, it's horrible. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm the one who just watched it, and I've seen worse shit out of Gundam. I've seen worse shit out of Gundam. No, G-Savior isn't... Like on the hierarchy of Gundam, G-Savior's not at the bottom. Let me tell you that. But it has some cool parts. The mecha fights are actually really fun. The mecha fights are really cool. And like by the end of it, like all of the actors are just like going 110% into being just the hammiest motherfuckers alive. No. But yeah, rewatch G-Savior, and tonight I'm gonna watch Robot Jocks. You know, yet another live-action mecha movie made in the Western world.
This is like a thing you're doing now?
Yeah, it's a thing that Charmicry is doing on her server. It's a whole thing. Apparently, if I watch all of the movies, I am eligible for
Okay,
some
well, you
kind of
have to-
physical award.
No,
physical
no.
reward.
You need to introduce her to the 1980s BattleTech series and force her to watch that, so she never wants to do any of that again.
Yeah, G Savior was supposed to be the quote-unquote bad movie of this bunch because it went Bumblebee, Pacific Rim, G Savior, and now Robot Jocks. I recommend, like, everyone recommended Real Steel, and she was like, I thought of that, but I decided against it, and I'm like, damn.
That's not mecha. That's actually just robots.
It is just robots. Same with Chappie. But yeah, we're gonna watch Robot Jocks tonight. That should be fun.
Watching? Wait, are you watching Chappie over there? Chappie's on our list.
No, we didn't watch Chappie.
But you're not going to watch Chappie.
We're not going to watch Chappie over there. We're gonna watch Chappie on our server. Link provided in the description below.
Yeah, you better fucking not.
Come to our server and watch movies with us. We're a bunch of fucking idiots. It's great. It's a great time.
Yeah, our next movie is going to be
Black Fox.
Black Fox, the anime movie that Crunchyroll co-produced, I believe.
Probably.
Yep. So that's happening. That's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, join the server. Link in the description.
Yep. But yeah, that's all I really have to talk about. So any of y'all can just kind of like take over from here.
Sure, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah, so it's been a while since we last recorded for various reasons. So I've done some stuff in that time. I forget. Last time I recorded, had I beat Cyberpunk yet?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, sorry. I'm having a hard time keeping things straight in my mind. Last night I beat a little platformer called Marsupilami Hooba Venture. I got for $4. A revival of a Genesis game, which itself was a revival of an old Bulgarian cartoon. That was fun. Short, fun, worth $4. I've been playing the new release Evil West from Flying Wild Hog. Very refreshing, this game. Don't make them like they used to. Just a nice fucking... I want more games that are just like, here is a fun combat system. Here are a bunch of levels. Go nuts.
Yeah, didn't you call this game more of like a third-person puncher with some guns added in?
Yeah, there's guns and there's shooting, but the real base of the combat is zapping between enemies and punching the shit out of them.
Which sounds so fun.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised this game doesn't have a combo meter, because its combat system feels like it warrants a DMC style combo meter, but it doesn't have one.
Oh, that's fun. That's great.
Yeah, and I like Weird West themed things.
You do.
So the game about being a badass fucking vampire hunter in the Old West with like electric arc gear. It spoke to me. So I've been playing that. That's a good time.
To be fair, you are also the person who's like, Kevin, we need to watch Cowboys versus Aliens.
Yeah.
That movie is unironically really fun.
Yeah.
Even if it is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It is a great popcorn movie to just turn your brain off and watch.
Oh yeah. Who needs
Also, Daniel fucking Craig with the most phoned in Western accent I've ever heard in my entire life.
Speaking of Craig, Glass Onion comes out on Netflix next month.
It does, and I've heard very, very high praise of that movie.
Yeah, I think it's not till the 23rd, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
You mean that guy that ruined Star Wars can actually make a film?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Amazingly.
Make 2 films?
Yeah.
In a row?
That's even more astounding. What happened with Star Wars then? It's almost like he threw a giant hissy fit and decided to tank a franchise for his own self-gratification.
I have no... God, fuck.
No, that's literally what happened. He got pissy at J.J. Abrams and decided to completely rewrite his entire film, fucking up the entire game plan of the third movie. And he did it because he was angry about J.J. changing the ending to his... changing the ending. Anyway, all pettiness aside, glad he could make some movies.
Yep. Anyway, Evil West. Yeah, I'm having fun with that. Being like 6 or 7 levels or whatever, going through that. Um, this is also the third game Flying Wild Hog has put out this year, and I've played them all.
Man, Flying Wild Hog
Goodness
really
gracious.
doing good work this year.
I think all their projects just happened to coalesce this year, and now they're not going to put out anything for the next like 5.
Hey, when you get 3 bangers in a year, like you get to take a fucking break.
Okay, I wouldn't call Trek to Yomi a banger. It was fine.
Okay, 2.5.
Yeah. Shadow Warrior 3 was really good though.
Yeah,
I especially like the part where I didn't have to pay for it because they put it on PS Now back when that was still a thing earlier this year. So I just did the free trial and played through all of Shadow Warrior 3. So that was on their dime.
Hey, there you
Thanks,
go.
guys.
There you go.
Yeah. But I did pay for Evil West. So I'm playing through that. Hoping to get through that soon. Callisto Protocol comes out very soon. I want to wait for reviews on that, and also I probably won't get to it right away because High on Life comes out on the 13th.
Yeah.
And I gotta play the game where Justin Roiland is yapping in my ear for 20 hours. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
It's the Rick and Morty game without Rick or Morty.
Yeah. Well, he does that. They did Trover Saves the Universe. He's got his own show, Solar Opposites, all vaguely in the same style, probably in the same multiverse. Who knows?
Dude, if Gravity Falls is in the multiverse, then like fucking.
And yeah, anything can happen. So that'll be fun. Also, in an interview, he said it has Metroidvania elements, and that got me hard for a second. So. It's got to happen. I got to play it.
I just had my hopes raised and then dashed in a fucking instant. Because the Transformers wiki posted, Transformers Animated, the complete series is 32% off at Amazon US. And I'm like, it's DVD only. Oh.
Goddamn.
It's like, that show was made in HD. Why is it on
DVD? Debated. Anyway, the Donald Duck juice of video media formats.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna be playing High on Life. Also, Callisto Protocol is doing the new. It's doing the new $70 price point. So like, I gotta wait for reviews to see if that's really worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looks really good.
It does.
Down to like. It's all gonna come. It's 100% gonna come down to whether or not it's not buggy as shit.
Yeah, the
or
value.
Super short.
Yeah. So that might be a thing as well.
I'm good.
You okay? You're not dying? You're not dying?
I'm not dying. Not yet.
I mean, we're all dying slowly. Donate to Sens.
Yeah.
Anyway. I was playing something else, wasn't I? No, I don't think I was. Also, Overwatch 2 Season 2 is happening very soon. They just put up the Ramatra gameplay trailer that I watched, and it was epic. And there's a developer update tomorrow. There's a roadmap on Tuesday, and then there's a map reveal later this week.
Yeah,
next week.
The only other like shooter game I've been playing is Fortnite, which is like the season ends next Saturday. So it's gonna end with another like big fucking event thing. I don't give a shit about like Fortnite lore or anything, but like the events are fun.
Oh sure he doesn't.
Dude, I could not tell you anything about lore. Dude, I couldn't tell you anything about Fortnite lore to save my life.
Wink and a nod.
Like, I'm just here for the fun skins, which I got my maskless Spider-Gwen. I'm good.
Wink and a nod.
Yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that.
That's not a telling myself thing. That's literally a wink and a nod. Those are physical actions, not
Well,
not
you
words.
keep doing that, buddy. You keep doing that.
Sure.
But no, that's the only other thing I've really been doing consistently.
Yeah. Other than that, watching a lot of YouTube. I'm watching the same anime that I've talked about before. Still good.
Yeah, there was that new Defunct Land episode on the Disney Channel the Disney Channel jingle.
Yeah, it was a great video. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a fucking amazing like documentary thing. Like that's really good.
Yeah, his Disney Channel musical Mnemonic documentary made me tear up at the end. It was great.
It's actually really good. Like the fucking twist of...
I'd been forgotten, Joe. I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
Shape
Well,
Lane
thanks
is
for
actually
spoiling it
good.
for the audience, Kevin. I was trying to dance around it.
I mean, I can put in like a time code to skip over that.
Or instead, you can put in Cotton Eye Joe to cover the whole thing.
That's a better idea. I'll put in Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta love him where we can. You know, where does he come from? Where does it go? You know,
Exactly,
he just comes into our life
you know
at
what?
unexpected
I'll make
moments.
that note. Put in Cotton Eye Joe. Hold on.
Yeah, put in Cotton Eye Joe. Sometimes he visits us, and something strange and wonderful always happens. He's like the Uncle Press of our lives. Nobody will get that reference. If you got that reference, you're cool. Anyway.
Ooh woo reference.
Yep. And then I've kind of been taking a break, but I've been reading a little bit more Summer Pockets. And then I've also been reading the third book in the original Mistborn trilogy, Hero of Ages, which I'm almost halfway through. But nobody wants to hear me talk about deep fantasy nerd shit. Other than that, yeah, that's basically what I've been doing.
But Sheridan, what have you been doing? Because dang, you ain't been on the podcast in a hot minute.
Yeah, listen.
I'm listening.
So, no, I've been busy. One weekend I had a Magic pre-release that I was going to, and it is my long-term, long-life hobby. I've been playing Magic for over 15 years.
Yeah.
Actually, it's closer to 18 now. I've been playing it more longer than I've been, or more than half of my lifetime. I've been playing Magic.
There's a lot. There's a lot of Magic.
So it's kind of a big deal for me to go to pre-releases, see the new sets and everything.
That was a new set.
It was fun. It was an artifact-centric set. So lots of fun with that. It's also about one of the most famous stories in all of Magic history, which is the Brothers' War. Which I won't go into too many details, but basically, you have two brothers. They're both wizards. One of them is essentially a demigod who runs a resistance group called the Coalition, and the other created a hostile ecosystem, which is like the Borg, the Replicators, and the Flood all mixed into one.
Oh God!
Called Phyrexia, and it's a parasitic ecosystem intended to consume and perfect all life. And he created that, and the Coalition didn't like that because people's brains started exploding or whatever, and so Urza had to put a stop to it. And it's really funny how that story ends. Urza created a silver golem named Karn. Silver is the through Urza's experimentation. Silver is the only material that can pass through time unhindered. And so he made a golem out of silver, sent it back in time to fix his fuck up, which inevitably cost him to lose the war. So basically, he cheated, went back in time and fixed history so that he won instead of lost. But it's a really interesting set. It's got some cool mechanics in it, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I also opened some pretty swanky shit. And then the other weekend, right after that, I went to Youmacon in Detroit. Met up with some other KFP people from the fandom.
Fun.
We went to a panel that one of the KFP guys I know was running. He did a great job on that. It was just a good time. It also didn't rain all this year, which was fantastic.
Good, because going to a convention with non-ideal weather conditions can be a pain in the ass, as we experienced during OhioCon.
We expect it to be cold, Kevin.
Yeah, but like there was a fuckload of like fucking ice all over the goddamn.
That's what happens when it's cold, Kevin. Not
will tell you-
unexpected.
I was gonna say it wasn't expected. I will tell you, or it was expected. I will tell you that OhioCon.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 OhioCon was totally expected. It was in the middle of
Yeah.
winter. It had just
Right.
snowed.
Yeah.
Like no issues there.
Yeah. It's usually like that,
Yeah.
I imagine.
What should we do?
But yeah, the thing with Youmacon,
Yeah.
was that it was in the middle of like October, and it rained the entire weekend. And it is Youmacon is split up into two different sectors. One of them is at the main hotel complex, and the other one is the actual convention center. And what ended up happening, what ends up happening is that if you want to get from one, like if you want to go from the dealer's room to a panel, all the panels are in like the hotel, and the dealer's room and some of the major concert events are in the and the check-in are in the convention center. And it's about a 5-minute walk, or it's about a 10-minute walk actually, between the two areas. So, if you want to walk through there, you have to walk basically with no transport and no roof over your head. So last year, we got entirely soaked
Ugh.
the entire time. And it was horrible.
Yeah.
This year, we did not have that issue.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully.
Ooh.
So it was great. Youmacon was fantastic this year. We ate some great food. And just had a good time. There was a concert. There was a live concert and a live panel there by a couple of the Hollows, the Hollow girls that we went to go see. That was very enjoyable. A couple of my friends got to actually do one-on-one meet and greets with them. So it was a good experience, yeah. I unfortunately signed up for that shit too late to actually get in. Which, you know, you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure I was going to have the day off until much closer to the actual like convention, which is why I wasn't able to send in my application.
Right.
Because I didn't want to rob somebody else who had the opportunity to go on that day of their opportunity by like signing up, getting it, and then not showing up. So, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I will have other chances to meet Hollow talents and talk to interesting people and everything else. But yeah, the convention was fine. I didn't buy a whole lot of merch. I bought like one big ass fuck off poster of Hololive Myth and their summer outfits. So
Yeah,
that's about all I did.
It's currently hanging up above your bed.
Yep. Not like above it on the ceiling, just like above it where the headboard is.
Yeah. It looks
Makes
nice.
sense.
It's very nice.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Good. I'm glad it makes sense to somebody.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Sure. I wasn't listening. I was just kind of nodding along. But yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Good. Hey, I will take generally being ignored over just direct shunning these days.
It's not your look. I'm reading something I wrote. It's not your fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is my fault.
No. Stop it.
Stop it.
It is
Yeah.
my fault.
Anyway,
I will come over there. I will come over there.
that's what we've been doing. But we got a schedule to keep, so we're gonna cut it and go to the next segment. In the words of Andre 3000, I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go right now.
Nice.
Give me the green light.
We're recording.
Give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go right now. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I've been recording.
Oh.
I did the countdown.
I did know that. Oopsie. You can't see it, but I'm putting my pinky to my lips in like that sort of like Shirley Temple-esque sort of I made a mistake kind of way.
Right.
Yeah. Such gestures are not super effective on podcasts for obvious reasons.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
There's fucking animal crackers in my soup! This shit slaps! just imagine Shirley Temple going, this shit busted, respectfully.
That would make her movies at least 10% more bearable.
Can we get Shirley Temple? Can we get classic Shirley Temple movies redubbed? We need to put that on our bucket list of things to do when we're famous and people will actually care.
Yes, absolutely. Shirley Temple modernized.
Let's redub.
Now available from Time Life Classic.
Yeah, we're just gonna redub the Shirley Temple movies. Right.
You just see Shirley Temple with a photographed cigarette, or with a photoshopped cigarette, just sitting in a corner. Like, Shirley, how did you get here? I don't know. I'm on set because the director raped me.
My mom will let me watch Paw Patrol.
You went in a very different direction with that than I was expecting, but okay.
I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
I know.
But yeah.
Jesus.
I was being topical.
We gotta brush up on our Shirley Temple lore if we're gonna do this.
Yes, topical from, let me check, 1945?
You calling me irrelevant?
No.
Alright. It was slim pickings, but I guess let's talk about anime here a little bit. Some discussion.
Let's go!
Yeah.
That's why they're here!
Somebody said, why is One Piece so low on my anime list? Why is One Piece so low on my anime list? Is it worth watching? And somebody was like, in what world is top 100 ranked low? Rank 59 score, rank 23 popularity. It's ranked extremely high on Mal. And he's like, considering other top anime, I think it should be much higher than what it is on now. It's number 59 right now. He's like, there's more than 10 good anime, you know, out of literally tens of thousands of anime. Being number 59 is a fantastic ranking.
It is.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this guy?
But it should be the best. It's my favorite, so it should be the best. Why is it not the best? Why is it? Just starts foaming at the mouth and starts ripping out his hair.
It should be the top of my anime list.
Right, because it's my anime list, not yours. It says it in the title.
I'm entitled.
Bruh.
God.
Bruh.
Fortunately, it's also my anime list, and I think number 59 is just about right.
No. It needs to be about 10 notches lower.
You don't get to say! It's not your anime list, it's my anime list!
But it's my anime list, too.
What?!
It's my anime list, too, Bob!
It's my anime list, and I need it now!
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just want to dunk on that guy. Somebody posed the question, what anime do you rewatch annually? At this point, nothing, but I guess the more general question is, what anime have you rewatched a lot?
So the only thing I do annually is I watch Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya on December 18th. Because that is...
I'll mark you absent on this day.
Because that is the what is that, a Saturday?
No, it's a Sunday, actually.
It's literally the anime version of It's a Wonderful Life.
It is. It's I watch it every December 18th. It's so good. It's everybody knows it's my favorite anime movie. You know,
Hey, Jeff, did you know that?
But yeah,
you didn't know that.
But yeah, anime I've watched a lot, like just rewatched a whole bunch. There's a few. Simply because it was on Adult Swim near constantly for about 9 years. Cowboy Bebop. I've seen that multiple times through. Same with Fooly Cooly. I've seen Gurren Lagann about like 6-7 times, all the way through. I've seen Hunter x Hunter about 4 times through. I've seen Lucky Star about 3 times. I've seen Haruhi Suzumiya through about 4 or 5 times.
Okay, I don't think it counts unless you've seen it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Hunter x Hunter is 148 episodes, so. But
I just want somebody jokingly on this post to be like, "Yeah, I watch One Piece annually."
Okay, that's cheating.
For some people, I'm not sure that's a joke. I could see some guy who's like white women with like Friends just always on in the background.
Yeah. No, there's a variety of anime that I've seen like multiple times. That's just like all that shit's off the top of my head there.
Right. Yeah. Right. I did used to, in the spirit of the question, I did used to watch Code Geass annually. I did that for like 4 years.
Old news. So what of it?
I know. I knew it. Yeah. I did used to do that. So I've probably seen Code Geass like 5 times. I can't think of too much else I've rewatched consistently. Most things I've seen a couple of longer things at least twice. Like Durarara or Shakugan no Shana I've seen twice. Right, the 99 Hunter x Hunter before the 2011 version came out. I rewatched the 99 Hunter x Hunter, I believe, like 12 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think like 4 times in sub, 8 times in dub. Yeah, I was a big fan.
Oh yeah.
Ironically, the 2011 show I've only seen twice. Once in the sub and then once when the dub was airing.
Even though that's like your favorite anime.
It's up there.
Yeah. To be fair, it's twice as long.
Yeah, it's also a commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is that. I'm looking forward to the next time though. One of these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say something I want to, but that's not the question, so I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's keep it focused.
Yeah, focus. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I'm just rapidly scrolling down my list here because I genuinely don't remember. Yeah, I don't think I've had ones that I've gone back to over and over as much. Death Note. I've seen Death Note like probably about as much as Code Geass, probably 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Some of that early stuff that I got into it for, I've seen a couple times. Other than that, I mostly just go to new things. That's why my fucking completed Mal list is at like 400 now.
Right.
And my dropped list, you don't even want to know, but I'll tell you because I'll look at it. Only 67. Huh, interesting.
Wow.
Some of them are probably on the old. Okay, sometimes the on hold list is like 50. Look, sometimes whether something is on hold or whether something is dropped is a whim. It's a momentary whim.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, I feel like I might eventually get back. No, probably not.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe I will, or maybe I've dropped something that I'm like, no, maybe I'll give it another chance. You know? So those 2 lists are kind of a hodgepodge.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't really have a great answer to this question because I would if the criteria is like watched more than 3 times, I don't have a ton of things on that list at the moment.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've got like a good few that I just rambled off.
Does Saradin have an answer?
Yeah. So there's usually a host of animes that I like to watch occasionally. I wouldn't say I watch them annually.
Yeah.
But I've watched Etika 7 I think like 5 times all the way through, and that's just because I needed that many to catch all of the nuance in that show, because there's a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once, but I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Oh, I'd do it with you because that's a fucking kick-ass show. But there's a shit ton of nuance and subtext in that show, and it took me about 5 times through before I stopped catching new stuff. Every time. So that's mostly why I did that.
Miss just once.
Right. It's amazing that Bones went from that to like My Hero Academia.
It took a few
Deep,
years,
complex,
but yeah.
multi-layered storytelling with tons of subtext. Superhero go brr. Like, I love My Hero Academia, but I can't call it a great series. I can call it a good series.
good.
I just
It's
can't call
fine.
it a great series
It's all
because it's missing so much of what makes Bones as a studio very special.
Yeah.
Which is their attention to detail and tireless inclusion of subtext. But yeah, there's just not as much in My Hero Academia. Apparently, this recent season, sidebar. Apparently, this recent season of MHA is actually good, so I might pick it up again. Because the last season was not impressive to me at all. But
I'm not. I don't want to get into it.
Oh yeah, manga reader over here.
I was gonna say, like, you're the manga reader, so I'm not gonna try to say. I'm just telling you that the contents of the season were not.
No. Yeah. I'm not. Fine, I will get into it. Thanks, Kevin. So I'm.
It wasn't my fault.
Everybody blame Kevin.
God damn it!
I don't know. It's a reflex.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So like, even though I like a lot of the material this season adapts, I'm not watching the season mostly because after the material of this season, I think the manga takes a gradual downward turn. And Horikoshi, his burnout is on full display, and I think he's rushing to get it through, and has some weird priorities along the way. So I have had extremely mixed feelings on the manga for probably the last 70-some chapters, which is funny because it feels like he wants to end it at any point, but it just kind of keeps going. It's like both rushed and drawn out at the same time.
Yeah.
So. I'll see how it all comes together, and I'll see if Bones does anything different with their adaptation. But like, yeah, I've kind of just not watched the anime at this point. I've kind of just committed myself to like, I'll see the manga out, but if they're gonna follow it to the letter, then like, I don't need to see it twice.
Yeah.
You know, even though this specific stretch of material in anime form is probably good. It's the stuff that happens a little bit later that I don't really want to get into, but yeah.
No, you're fine. So that was my sidebar. So Anaka 7 is one, Haruhi Suzumiya is another one that I've watched frequently, mostly showing friends. About every 2 years, I find another friend that hasn't seen Haruhi Suzumiya, and so I end up watching through it again and enjoying every second of it. And yes, I watched through every episode of The Endless Eight every time.
Every fucking time. It's part of the experience.
It's part of the experience.
You gotta.
Yeah. And then of course I finish off with the movie. As far as other series that I've watched a ton, I think I've seen Gundam 00 about 4 or 5 times. But again, that was mostly I watched it once for nostalgia's sake, and then the other 3 times I watched it past my initial watch along was like doing it with friends who had never seen it before. And the reason I watched it for nostalgia's sake last year was because I had just picked up a surround sound system for my room, and that show's sound design is really fucking good.
Oh yeah.
So it worked really well with the surround sound system.
Yeah. And the dub of 00 was really good. I love the dub.
I have some issues with it, but overall, yes, it was good. I prefer to watch it in Japanese, though.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. This is the Gundam series that Brad Swale did right after he did Light in Death Note, and you can really tell.
Well, I could also praise Richard Cox, who we hadn't heard in a show in forever, coming back as the psychopathic Alleluia.
Oh my god, Alleluia is so
and
good in the dub.
So good. It was so like I will give the dub tons of props for choosing Richard Cox.
Hell, he fucking owns that character.
Also, can we just talk about Richard Cox and how evil his parents were for naming him Dick Cox?
Yeah.
Can we just Can we just have a moment of silence for Richard and his entire grade school career? Once one of the teachers let slip that that Richard's nickname is Dick, his life was immediately over. Your name's Dick Cox.
Well, this is a story all about how.
Mommy, I need to transfer schools again. Poor Richard. Anyway. It's okay.
So...
I'm sure when he goes to conventions, everything with a vagina wants to touch him because he sounds like Inuyasha.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
It's about the easiest way to get laid at a convention, by the way, is to just dress up as Inuyasha.
Or Sesshomaru.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru is another good one.
It's like one of those two.
So this thread could be interesting. I saw it. What was it like being an anime fan during the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s? I'm really curious about the 80s to early 2000s era before anime became mainstream. Ooh.
That phrase.
This is a question. This is a question. This is a question for you old timers. What was it like being an anime fan during the VHS era? How did you first discover anime? Was the appeal immediate, or were you cautious? How hard was it to find? Did you keep up with anime through magazines or early internet sites? What were the changes from 80s anime to 90s anime to early 2000s anime? What cultural, political, and economic stuff was going on that shaped the landscape? Please go into detail. I know it's a lot to ask people to type a few paragraphs of their story, but I'm so curious and would love insight into this time period. I think it's so cool to think about people in their 40s or 50s or so to be the first wave of Westerners to discover anime. So this post brought out the boomers on Reddit. So I thought their stories could be interesting to go through. That's right, we're actually being an anime podcast for once. Shut up.
Wow.
Yep. Brave Taylor says, during the 80s, I would always check the schedules every morning, afternoon, and weekends to see if there are any of the, quote, Japanimation on TV.
Oh, wow! Yeah, my parents used that one, too!
Yep. We didn't call it anime yet in those days. We had some inkling it was animated in Japan, but generally it was just the art style being different than the rest of the stuff on US television. More detailed this guy's probably not that old.
Yeah.
More detailed, there's some ones later though that they're definitely that old. More detailed and sophisticated cinematic editing techniques, Robotech, Voltron were the big ones. Then you had lesser stuff like Saber Riders and such.
Yeah.
When I first started renting VHS tapes, there were maybe only a handful of anime and video stores at first. The old Roger Corman Galaxy Express stub, Warriors of the Wind, compilation tapes of old 70s Super Robot anime. Yep. The big VHS title of the 80s was Akira, of course.
Yep.
Yep. And almost every video store carried at least one copy of it. It was during the 90s when I started to realize an actual fan base existed out there for this stuff, and I saw fanzines and magazines dedicated specifically to anime. The first Animerica issue.
Yep.
God, we were just... The pun game back then was just so strong.
Yep.
The first Animerica issue came out in 1993, although there was a preview issue in 1992, but I never saw it, which I eyed in a comic store when I was buying issues of Marvel or Image comics during the 90s comic boom. Back in the mid-90s, you started to see actual uncut anime and video stores distributed by ADV, Manga Entertainment, US renditions, Animego. I remember being, as a teenager, nearly hyperventilating when I saw my local Blockbuster open a dedicated anime section in their store. Like, wow, that was a huge deal. I should add that buying anime on VHS was extremely expensive in the earliest days. One 2-episode VHS could cost you like $50 to $60, which by today's standards is basically $150 for 2 episodes. As anime got more popular, the prices started falling dramatically. This helped get more people into the hobby. I never really attended cons and such, but I did trade tapes with friends and got my friends to watch anime. Of the broadcast TV front, we used to laugh at Sailor Moon's girly aesthetics. We were typical guys. But when I started taping and watching episodes, I got pretty addicted to it.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it always goes? I also taped every episode of Technoman, or Technoman Blade, on UPN. I think I still have most of those dubbed episodes on tape somewhere. Shame they never finished the dub, because the voice acting in it was really good. Many of those cast members are still working today.
Yep.
Aside from the occasional heavily edited and Americanized show that found its way to US anime as it's known today mostly felt pretty underground until the explosion of Pokemon and the Disney deals with Ghibli. Those were the two events I felt kicked open the door to mainstream popularity in the US. Suddenly Saturday mornings were filled with badly edited anime all over the place, and anime was filling the DVD sections of every store. Spirited Away won the Oscar, and anime had, quote, arrived. I find it ironic when some of those online conservatives with anime avatars bash globalization, because there's no doubt in my mind that the growth of anime directly benefited from the world becoming less insular. People today take it for granted that you can watch almost any show made anywhere in the world with just a flick of a phone or click of a mouse.
Yep.
There's one here from someone really old.
Okay. I want to hear that perspective. Like, how old we talking?
Difficult. I actually started watching anime in the late 60s.
Oh boy, here we go.
I didn't know it was anime, but I enjoyed it. I was lucky in the 70s. PBS would run some anime along things like classic monster movies.
Oh yeah.
I remember searching for fan subs, and there was only so many you could get back in the 80s. You'd go to Blockbuster and copy the few titles they had on your VHSs. In the 90s, I had a couple of friends from the old GeoCities Tokyo chat who would... Jesus Christ, they're old. The old GeoCities Tokyo chat would send me VHS tapes with a handful of episodes. I think they were never finished. A few movies available in theaters, but not in New Hampshire. When Cartoon Network executives started broadcasting anime, you had to stay up late to watch, which wasn't a good thing for a working adult/parent.
Yeah.
Then Netflix started their DVD service, and it became easier to find new shows and watch movies to enjoy. I do love having access to things like Crunchyroll today. The dubs and subs are much more accurate, and we in the West don't have to wait years anymore. We get anime movies in theaters here in Ontario not long after we get them in Japan. It's grand now. That's the most old person phrase.
So
it's grand. It's grand.
Yeah. The funny thing is, Adult Swim actually began life as just a singular one-off anime block called Night of the Vampire Robots, which was a Halloween block that consisted of heavily edited versions of Vampire Hunter D, Robot Carnival, and Twilight of the Cockroaches. But that was so successful that they were like, "Fuck, let's make a whole block about this shit." And thus, Adult Swim was
Some guy who I'm guessing is probably about 14 said it was the exact same as it is right now with slightly worse graphics.
Fuck.
I'm like, I don't think it was quite the same.
No, it was so different. It was very different.
Slippery Rasputin says, I got an anime in the mid to late 90s, mostly through what aired on TV, Dragon Ball, Lupin, Sailor Moon, Speed Racer, etc. Toonami airing anime was a godsend. And then, of course, if I recall, both Tech TV and eventually G4 and anime blocks at night. What was it like? It was okay, I guess. Did a bunch of tape trading in the late 90s. Godsend if you... He really likes that phrase. It was a godsend if you had a friend with a dual VHS player to copy tapes. When DVDs started getting bigger, people would rip those onto tapes because the cost of DVDs was too high. That's funny.
The cost of DVDs is too damn high.
That's really funny that the DVDs were so expensive they just ripped them back onto tapes.
Yep.
How hard was it to find? Pretty difficult. I wasn't in an area that had a big demand for it. Eventually places like FYE, Sam Goody, Suncoast had it. Most of what I got was from flea markets, friends, local records, and head shops. What the hell is a head shop? How did we keep up? In my circles, we didn't. We just watched whatever we could get our hands on. Bulletin boards existed, but it was never something I messed with until the 2000s. Even then, that was mostly stuff like Gaia, which wasn't anime-specific. The internet really increased the availability of anime tenfold. I think people underestimate how niche things were pre-2000 for Western audiences, aside from some breakaway hits.
Yeah.
I missed the Renaissance in the late 2000s, but as I had stopped watching for about 10 years. But coming back into it, I was surprised at how big things had gotten. Teenagers are out and about wearing weeb shit that would have gotten us mercilessly harassed when I was in school. Just cool to see how far things have come. A downside to the popularity I see is toxicity in fan bases, but honestly that's always existed in some form. It's just more easily seen now.
Yep. That shit's always been around. It's not necessarily it's gotten worse, it's just gotten more visible.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, there's a multiplicative effect, when there's just more people. Exponential, perhaps even.
It's the whole exponential growth thing.
Yeah. I just want to read that. Some perspectives of ye olden timers, because I can't speak to anything before the 2000s,
Yeah,
obviously. Not
Yeah,
that old.
all of my knowledge of pre 2000 whatever the fuck anime fandom is entirely secondhand knowledge.
Yeah, my story begins with, so, you ever hear of a LimeWire? Which for some of these people would be like, yes, I remember LimeWire, I was 42.
At least your anime story starts with something cool. Mine starts with fucking Superbook.
I don't even know what that is.
And then it goes
I
on to
don't even know what
Digimon.
the fuck that is.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's,
I know what
So
that
my anime story actually starts with sorry, I was killing dogs. My anime story actually starts with waking up on Saturday mornings. Out of context, it sounds fucked up. I was playing Resident Evil 4 in the background.
okay.
Anyway.
okay.
Sorry, I was killing dogs. Out of context! Out of context! What the fuck, Sarah? What the fuck?
Don't I have a family?
Go to sleep, bitch! Die, motherfucker, die! No,
Leaving a trail of dead canines in his wake. That's our man.
Good job.
But yeah, I started waking up on Saturday mornings and then turning on the TV. I think it was to Fox at the time, and seeing Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was my first introduction to anime. This is before it
I
started.
think that
airing
would have
on
actually been
Toonami.
Kids WB.
No,
Rejected. No, Kevin.
I don't think
you're
that ever
wrong.
aired on Fox. It was one of those like channels that showed like a bunch of just like random syndicated shit, but yeah.
Was it also the show that had the Mortal Kombat TV show?
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah. That might have been NBC or something. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. There was a Mortal Kombat style fucking TV show that aired right after it, but it was that. It was that, and it was a live action show. It was that, and then prior to that was Dragon Ball Z, and this is back with the old Rock the Dragon intro
Yeah.
that they had. So that was my first exposure to anime. I didn't recognize it as anime. My dad did, but that's
Oh.
because immediately after I started watching Dragon Ball Z, I was like, yeah, this show's pretty cool. It's just a bunch of dudes like I was like 6,
Yeah.
7 at the time. So I was like, it's just a bunch of dudes fighting, and he was like, this looks familiar. And then he takes me down to the basement where he's got a bunch of old Robotech tapes.
Oh.
He recognized it immediately as Japanese animation because he had known that Robotech was Japanese animation.
Right.
I started watching Dragon Ball Z, and then eventually it stopped airing on that. I think once they got through the Frieza saga was the furthest
Partway through,
that-
yeah.
partway through the Frieza saga. Or no, it was most of the way through, if not... No, it was all the way through the Frieza saga, because I remember watching him go Super Saiyan when I was, like, very young.
He didn't do that until the Toonami run.
All right, well, I was 6, so I don't remember.
Right,
Thanks
right.
for being a fucking encyclopedia that ruins every story that I ever
Sorry.
tell. Anyway, just
Yeah, go
shut
ahead.
up for the rest of the story and let me lie.
Okay,
God
fine.
damn it. But so anyway, I got most of the way through or whatever, and then I remember it disappearing off the channel.
Mhm.
So I went off to watch other stuff. I think. Anyway, I think Toonami was my next major exposure to anime, and it was my gateway drug
Mhm.
at that point. And then I remember kind of dropping off of anime once Toonami started going towards a lot of weirder shit. Like I think the last time I really watched Toonami or Adult Swim for their anime selection, I think was around the time that IGPX was airing. And then I kind of just dropped Toonami altogether because that's also when they went to weekends only for Toonami.
Yeah.
And so I kind
Kids
of
these days don't realize how spoiled we were having Toonami every fucking weekday.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's only one day a week.
Crazy.
But anyway, so I dropped out of anime for a while, and then there were a couple of shows on Adult Swim that showed up that really started to reignite my like for anime, and really turned me from just a casual enjoyer of anime to an otaku.
Yeah.
you know, being obsessed with anime and Japanese culture and wanting to learn everything I could about all of them, everything from the production and all that stuff. Going to a traditional art school at the time was probably not a great combination. And so we had the gangs of thing with Naruto headband.
Right.
At the time. Okay. No, you know when I stopped watching Toonami? It was literally, I think, the day after they announced. Oh no, it was like a couple of weeks after Naruto started airing on Toonami. That's when I stopped on old Toonami. That's when I stopped watching.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, so it's like I stopped watching around then, got reintroduced to it in 2006. And it followed me all the way through my high school career. And through my college career and everything else. And being an anime fan during that time was really difficult because it was still fuck. It was much bigger than it had been back when everybody was just casually watching Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon on and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
It was much more popular than that, and people were starting to branch out, and more of it was becoming available. But it still hadn't hit a point of cultural acceptance yet in the West, especially if you were the kind of person who would like wear merch or purchase merch. You were seen as, you know, kind of the outcast. Like nobody. Anime was still very alien to people back then.
Yeah,
so,
you were still the nerd.
Yeah, everybody. That. So it was just exactly. So it was very difficult socially to be in that circle, unless you had tons of other friends that were also into anime. And unfortunately, and this is not to rag on anybody in the fan base, unfortunately, a lot of the people who were into anime in the were extremely asocial, which made it even more difficult for people like me. So it's like, you know, because I'm a very social person. And so it's like, you know, I wanted to take my friends and go out and do stuff like go to conventions and stuff. And a lot of them were just like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Goes back to watch their 33rd run of Naruto. And I'm just like, oh man.
God.
All right, man.
Ouch.
Got it. But anyway, but it's just, you know, that was kind of my experience of it all the way through high school. And then in college, I actually joined expand my horizons a lot and had a lot of fun doing that. But I will say that the mid 2000s, in the 90s, everybody watched Toonami, so it was cool. It was cool as shit. Everybody watched Dragon Ball. Everybody watched Yu-Gi-Oh, and pretty much only the girls made fun of it. All the dudes. But like in the 2000s, that's when there was like the line driven in the sand. It was like you're either an anime fan or you're not. And if you're not, and if you are an anime fan, you're gonna get looked at weird by all the ones who are. Because I think that's also when the fandom started exploding, and so I think people couldn't get away from the anime fans, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like at most back in the 90s, you'd have like a Dragon Ball backpack, and that was about all that was fucking available back then.
Right? I also think
but it's like you got entire gangs walking down fucking school wearing Naruto headbands, Naruto merch. Like you got dudes wearing, you know, I think One Piece started airing around the same time.
About a year before Naruto,
yeah. So One Piece, so you had people walking around with One Piece hats and the pirate flags on their backpacks and stuff. It just became more culturally obnoxious. Does that make sense? Especially with people who had no bearing on it. So I feel like there were lines driven in the sand because they were tired of being exposed to it unwillingly.
Well, also, I feel like as things became more available, more things, more anime came out that acted as filters for you know, the true otaku from the casuals. You know, like anyone can get into Dragon Ball. You know, it's like, but once like K-On comes around, that's gonna draw a line in the sand.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, are you really into it, or are you just kind of into some things that happened? It's like Anubis's old like dichotomy. It's like, are you into anime, or are you into things that happen to be anime?
Yeah.
I feel like around the mid to late 2000s, a line was being drawn because of both the stylistic shifts in the medium, but also the
subject,
just more accessibility to everything the medium had to offer, which included a lot of things that normies weren't as comfortable with as Dragon Ball. So, you know, they got filtered.
Yep.
What can I say?
Yep.
Hard filtered.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm definitely in the when I was in high school, I was definitely in the into anime.
Yeah, I
category.
definitely I turned into a gelatinous mush and I sifted through the sift. I'm on the other side of the filter. Fuck you guys. It's cool over on this side.
Yep, I'm gonna have fun over here. Fuck y'all.
Mm-hmm. It'd be great.
Yep,
it was great. It was awesome forever, and here we are, talking about it now. Oh, how far we've come. But yeah, I just wanted to read that thread. Now let's go to the Reddit dive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me see my save.
Let's make fun of idiots on the internet.
Always.
That's what brings us joy. Let's see
That brings me
here.
joy. Everybody makes fun of me.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, Jiro, he's social. How passe.
There's probably gonna be a few Thanksgiving specific ones, just cause. But let's start with medium Tifu, Kevin.
Okay.
Today I fucked up by listening to my wife's phone call recordings.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Never do that.
no.
Ever. Oh no.
My wife has no filter and is a habitual oversharer who refuses to accept that she ever speaks without filters. And now I think she's just being a petty human with a juvenile sensibility. I run a restaurant with a partner. We aren't exactly friends. And 3 days ago, he tells me that my wife called him to ask if the restaurant was doing fine, that she needed to cross-check that I was being true about the money we were making. Although it's hurtful as is that she doesn't trust me. She embarrassed me further by talking to him about my parents' debts that he had no idea about. My wife doesn't appreciate me helping out my parents with their debt because I've already helped them out with their daily expenses. Her apprehensions make sense to me, but I've always been upfront about the money that I send them, and it's not something I can't not do when I'm in a very comfortable position with my life. We both work, we're in our early 30s, we don't have any kids or plan to have any for the next 5 years or so, and money hasn't been a problem for the 5 years we've been married. From the conversation I had with my partner, I felt that he left out something else that my wife said to him. My wife had I can't read today, fuck. My wife and I had a huge fight over this, and I again had the inkling that she was trying to ascertain this guy writes so fucking weird, what all my friends shared with me and stick to only talking about that. The next night when she was asleep, I checked her call recordings. Recording calls come in handy in her line of work. She frequently works with some local vendors who don't read and write.
Right.
Interesting. This is not something that I'm proud of, and I were to regret later. God, this guy writes so weird. It's like, you know, when someone like normal fucking writing has like a flow to it, so you can kind of just you can almost like mentally predict the next words before you actually read them.
Yeah.
Because you kind of know how sentences are written. This guy just puts words in weird orders and it keeps fucking tripping me up.
Yeah.
I have to like read it by the word. While going on a montage about how bad my family is, she told my friend about my sister's extramarital affair before her husband died. He died of cancer. No, he died because of cancer. Well, okay. My partner was a close friend of my late brother-in-law, and her affair was something that she only shared with us after he died. She's literally getting treated for depression because of her guilt, and my wife also told him that my sister is suicidal. She also told him that my father uses adult diapers. She had called him again in the morning, almost scolding him for telling me everything and asking him if he told me about the things she said about my family and my sister's affair. I know I invited this horror show on myself by choosing to listen to the things she didn't choose to say to me, but I practically hate her now. We only fought about the money I sent my parents infrequently, and it never seemed like she had any problems with my sister. My sister has nothing to do with our daily lives, and my wife doesn't talk to her either. I hate her for not having any filter at all. Things have been snowballing with her open mouth, and it's getting to a point that it's mentally draining to have to worry about her blurting out something that she shouldn't and embarrass me or someone I care about or herself. Our relationship just doesn't make sense to me right now, and I brought this on myself by poking my nose in on her phone. I like top comment. Do not have children with this person.
Yeah, no, do not. Fuck, no. Do not lock yourself into that kind of commitment with her. No,
like,
she is a gossipy bitch.
I don't even think this is a fuck up, because like I think you needed to learn this about her.
Yeah, no, like it is a necessary evil that you ended up like listening to those call logs, because you got to see her real self there. And that's very important for a relationship, is to know exactly who you're getting into a relationship with. And I'm honestly on the level of like, this isn't even a fuck up. This was just a very good, a very fortunate series of events to lead you to a better relationship.
Someone even points out that this is less oversharing and more kind of actively malicious spreading of dirt.
It is, yeah. Again, this is just gossip. It's just gossip at that point.
To be honest, it sounds like she is preparing for breakup. She's phoning his partner to check on the money he's making is accurate. That sounds like someone who's thinking of leaving and preparing to note down assets for a lawyer. OP, I really hope your partner told her nothing. If your partner did say something, make sure that they understand that from now on they are not to share information with your partner. It's weird because they use partner interchangeably here. Tell them to direct your partner to you if they want to know anything about your business. Yeah, so I get why he thinks it's a fuck up. I don't think it's a fuck up.
I think this was a fuck up, no.
This was fortunate, if anything, that you have this information to act upon now.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm in that boat as well.
Yeah.
There is a problem with people who have. God damn it! There's a problem with people who have filters. Is like.
Sure.
Can
you hear him?
Yeah, you're cutting out a tiny bit.
Oh, was I cutting out? Oh shit! No, there's a problem. There's an inherent issue. Who?
Yeah.
Oh god damn it!
He's not coming through.
No.
Technical difficulties. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I reset my shit.
Okay. Kevin, I sent you one. Why don't you just start reading that?
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she can stay home this Thanksgiving? My wife is a grade A picky eater. It's bothersome.
No, A plus. Yeah,
is a grade A plus picky eater. It's bothersome to a certain degree.
Damn!
It's bothersome to a certain degree, but on holidays, basically the shit show begins. She'd refuse to eat certain meals and Mom would take it personally, which results in a series of arguments between them. As a compromise this year, my wife offered to bring her own food to Thanksgiving dinner. I was stunned and asked if she thought this through, and she looked at me confused. What? I told her about how weird it'd be for her to bring her own food, especially when she wouldn't be sharing it with anybody else, and told her to think of how Mom will react. She'd get very offended and upset. My wife said it's not her problem, that she was just trying to make it work by bringing her own meal. I told her again that Mom might not like it, nor even allow this. She blew up at me, asking if I wanted to either eat food she doesn't like or go hungry. I suggested she give my mom's food a chance, but she said it wasn't about my mom's cooking, she just doesn't like certain foods. We had an argument. I ended up telling her she could stay home this Thanksgiving and have whatever meal she likes. She got quiet, then lashed out at me, calling me insensitive and negative to say this to her. I repeatedly asked her to calm down, but she couldn't stop ranting about how I was basically willing to exclude her from a major event. She started cold shouldering me about it, while at the same time guilting me, saying I'm treating her poorly after she offered the, quote, perfect compromise. So instead of telling off your mom for being upset that someone that is at the table has a food aversion, you got mad at the person with the food aversion? What?
Yeah. Wait to read the update until we read some comments.
Yeah. Top comment, you're the asshole. She offered compromise. My wife's family does the Feast of the Seven Fishes. I hate fish. So since I joined the family, it's the Feast of the Seven Fishes and a chicken. We all get a good laugh, and my mother-in-law is happy to make it for me.
Someone says, YTA for not standing up for your wife. She's trying very hard to make holidays work with your family, but you only care about your mommy's feelings. If your mother is so thin-skinned she can't handle the idea of people having different dietary needs, she doesn't get to host parties.
Yeah, I don't get why so many of these...
that's my opinion 100%. I'm like, you are a host. It is your job to... It is not... Again, what is it with people hosting things and then thinking that, like, oh, I'm hosting this, but I'm doing it for myself and I want all the clout for it.
Yeah, fucking accommodate
Everyone
people,
must
God.
love me and all of my cooking. I'm like, no, that's not how parties work. That's not how gatherings work. You're hosting this to bring people together. That should be enough for you. And if you can't handle that, then go get a career in showmanship, because this is not how to do it.
Yeah, another thing that stands out to me is that this is yet another example of a problem between the wife and the husband's mother, but the husband ends up picking the mother's side over his own damn wife. Like,
Yeah, that's also you're the asshole. That is also the big you're the asshole.
oh, like, prioritize the happiness of the person you fucking married.
I mean, I understand okay, but also the person who fucking raised. Like, I understand the difficulty in the decision.
Sure.
But, like, I just...
Read the update. It'll certainly make him look better.
Oh, dear God, no. And so my wife has decided to go spend Thanksgiving with her family, who, by the way, live hours away, so this means unnecessary travel expenses, instead and basically ditch me for a whole week. Y'all happy now? Though I appreciate some insightful comments on the situation. Some others, not so much, especially with those assumptions claiming that my wife has allergies. She does not. Y'all get that from. But anyway, it's all good now, so I guess, though I'm not too thrilled with her decision, I guess she's doing it to spite me or get me to cave in. Man, fuck this person.
Oh, dude, fuck you.
What a
Fuck
successful
you.
marriage. What a
Oh,
successful
God.
marriage they've got going on.
I can see the divorce papers being filed as we speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna file this under
Christ.
YTA.
That's a big YTA. Whoa, that's bad. That's really bad.
That's a spicy meatball.
Oh. Damn, dude. Fuck. You had to
doubled
double
down.
down.
He doubled down.
There, you happy now, Reddit? No, fuck you.
We didn't do anything. We just told you what. We just told it. We just called it as we sees it.
Am I the asshole? How dare you tell me that I'm the asshole?
Sarding, can you read? Or you playing video games?
You read one.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me load it.
Oogie.
Am I the asshole for being mildly annoyed at my girlfriend for using one of my eggs?
My eggs!
I eat the same breakfast every workday, 6 fried eggs and an orange. Yes, I know this is a lot of food for most people, but I weigh 300 pounds and need to be sure I don't get hungry before lunch. My girlfriend is well aware of this.
Stop! Stop! If you weigh 300 fucking pounds, you fucking... No, you don't need to eat more to make sure you're not hungry. You need to eat less so you make sure you're not hungry. Anyway.
6 fried eggs and an orange. My girlfriend is well aware of this. She doesn't like eggs and never eats them, so it works out perfectly because each week we go grocery shopping, I buy a 30-pack of eggs, which lasts exactly the week. 6 eggs times 5 days equals 30. Thank you, Ed. The math. I work Thursday to Monday every week. This past Sunday evening, when I had 6 eggs left in the carton for Monday morning, I was in the shower and came to discover that my girlfriend had used one of my eggs to make a cake. I wasn't really upset with her, but I was mildly annoyed because she knows full well that I was planning to eat it for breakfast the next day, and it was too late to go back out to get more eggs. I asked her to please let me know next time we're at the grocery store if she plans to need an egg that week so we can buy extra eggs. She said, I'm being ridiculous. It's just one egg. She shouldn't have to plan everything around this. Again, just want to emphasize, not actually mad at her, just mildly annoyed. But she seems to think that that's an overreaction. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. So I was playing the world's smallest violin for this person.
He's so mildly annoyed, he decided to complain to Reddit.com about it.
Right,
That's how
Jesus Christ!
That's how mildly annoyed he was.
Yeah, I know. When I get mildly annoyed, I usually do the adult thing and brush.
I
the
seek
fuck off and move on.
validation from hundreds of internet strangers about it.
Okay, my verdict is, you're fat.
You're fat. You're also a fucking cheapskate. You're also a terrible fucking roommate to this woman.
Yeah.
Somebody says, however, you should learn to be a little flexible. If you're really worried about getting hungry up before lunch on a paltry 5 eggs, couldn't you just have, I don't know, an extra piece of buttered toast or a glass of milk or something? We're talking about the same amount of calories, roughly. Like, just eat something that's not an egg.
Or
like,
I don't know, shut up.
This guy's really... Look, he's on that 6 fried eggs and an orange grind, you know?
Look, I have issues with people getting into my food too, but not this bad. Christ.
You don't understand, Kevin. The 30-pack of eggs lasts exactly the 5 days. He had it all planned out. It was perfect, and she fucked it up by making a cake.
A cake? Cake?
Yeah, so, you're kind of the asshole.
Yeah, you're the asshole.
A little bit of an overreaction, a little bit of a, life doesn't always go how you want. Maybe you should eat something aside from fried eggs.
Yeah,
sometimes,
Also, you probably smell like shit because eggs have sulfur in them, and if you eat that many of them, you're going to.
Oh yeah, this is a sulfur motherfucker.
Everything that comes out of your skin and out of your anus is going to smell like dog shit. So maybe you should fucking not.
You should diversify your diet a little. I mean, 30 fried eggs a week.
Yeah, diversify your diet, fatty.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah. Anyway.
I like eggs though, but I'm not like that crazy about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If somebody used 1 egg, would you throw a hissy fit on Reddit.com?
I love eggs, but not that much.
I would do anything for eggs, but I won't do that. Let me see here. I'll send you one, Kevin.
All right. Am I the asshole for calling the police on my mother-in-law? Oh God, it's a mother-in-law story, and the police
it's the
are
sound
involved.
of the police. Woo, woo. That's the sound of the beat.
I, 28F, got married to my husband, 34M, a week ago. Thank you for the proper formatting.
Thank you.
We got engaged about a year ago, and when I got engaged, my mother gave me a pair of earrings, which she said every woman for generations in our family has worn to their weddings.
I'm getting flashbacks. We've done this before.
God, yeah. They are 4-carat dangling earrings, and they are worth a lot.
4 whole carats.
I felt very honored to have been given them, and it made me feel closer to my grandmother who had died 2 months prior.
Your grandma had fucking ghetto jewelry. 4 carats. Get out of here.
About 3 months after that, I went wedding dress shopping with my mother and my sister and my fiance's mother. Okay. Interesting way to put that. I bought
These fucking women always shopping together.
I brought all the jewelry that I would be wearing to my wedding to see how much they matched the dresses. When I put the jewelry on, my mother-in-law kept going on about how gorgeous the earrings were. My mother explained the story and how they were a family heirloom passed down generations. I found the dress in my dreams and bought it. On the day of my wedding, I had everything ready in my room. My wedding dress, my flowers, my shoes, my makeup, my jewelry. I was in there with my soon-to-be mother-in-law. I then needed to go to the toilet, and when I came back, my mother-in-law was gone. I wasn't sure what had happened, but I just thought maybe got called away to do something. I then noticed my earrings were gone. I knew straight away that she had taken them. I found her and confronted her, and she said she didn't take them. I asked if I could look through her bag, and she said no and gripped onto it. Red flag. I said that if she didn't let me look, I would call the police, which I then did, as she still wouldn't let me look. The police arrived and searched her, and the earrings were found in her bag. They were returned to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
We got her. They were returned to me, and they asked if I wanted to press charges. I wanted to talk to my fiancé first, and he said he would support me if I wanted to. I didn't want to decide in that moment, so I just ignored it and had a great night. That was a week ago, and ever since then I've been getting loads of threatening messages and calls from my husband's side of the family. My mother-in-law has been sending me extremely hateful texts, and I think I want to press charges, but I'm still not sure if it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Do it. That's actual
Well, if you weren't
theft.
sure before, they're really pushing the decision here.
They really are. You're super not the asshole. No. Yeah, not the asshole. Mother-in-law is a thief that tried to make off with your heirloom earrings. Fuck that. Press charges and be done with her.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
We should do a Reddit dive where we exclusively find people. They don't have to be the asshole themselves, but somebody in the story needs to be a cartoonishly evil bad guy.
Yeah, like the fucking mother-in-law here, just like no. You can search my bag, clutches it for dear life.
We've had some comical assholes here.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Here.
Yeah, no, that. Oh, fuck. No, fuck your mother-in-law.
NTA. Get that money.
Or keep that money.
Well, you're gonna. If it's successful, you should get more.
True.
That's how suits work, Kevin.
It is.
How about a large Tifu?
Oh boy.
Oh, these are always great.
Today I fucked up by taking a girl to a sex dungeon on the first date.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Throwaway account because this is very much a true story and it's embarrassing. 2 weeks ago, I matched with this really cute girl on Hinge. I have not heard of that dating app.
Putting it on the list of random-ass dating websites that exist. Fuck.
Our timelines and dating goals aligned, and we also lived in adjacent neighborhoods. On top of that, she was the first to start joking and teasing on her texts, which was totally awesome. It didn't take long for me to ask her out on a date that Friday to grab dinner in her neighborhood and maybe go to a bar after. I usually don't do dinner first dates, but food is something we bonded over, and I wanted to show her my favorite Thai spot. Come Friday morning, she tells me that she's been feeling sick since Thursday. I tell her no worries. It's actually really nice this weekend. Let's do a picnic Sunday instead. She wholeheartedly agreed because everyone loves a good picnic. For reference, my last 4 dates have been picnics along the river in my city, and they've all been a good time. Come Saturday afternoon, she tells me that she has pink eye?
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Stay away. This girl is all over the place, but it's alright because she still offered to come out to the date if I didn't want to reschedule again. That was nice of her, but I told her, let's plan for next week instead. I want you to feel better and be comfortable with me on the first date. And also, I really don't want to get pink eye. I added that part, but I'm assuming that's what he was thinking.
A fair assumption to make.
Yeah, okay. The fairest of all assumptions to make. Nobody ever wants pink eye. I was disappointed, though, because next weekend was too cold for a picnic, so I had to come up with a different date idea. And I didn't play it safe this time. I wanted to do something different and memorable. So, I suggested we do an escape room next Sunday afternoon, then get pastries in Chinatown after. She thought this was a super fun idea and agreed. In hindsight, this is obviously a second or third date idea, but we've been chatting for a bit and had a really fun FaceTime to get the initial getting to know you talk over with, so I felt comfortable being ambitious for the first date. We were both excited. I'm gonna change the music, it's too active, it's distracting me. The date itself I thought went well. The escape room was fun, she loved all the bakeries I took her to. When we took the train home afterwards, I got off my stop first and told her that I had fun and to let me know when she got home safe. She forgot to text me until the morning after, which was fine, but then she ghosted me. Usually, when I get ghosted, I know the reason why, but with her, I was dumbfounded. I thought we had a lot of momentum rolling into this first day and it went well. I needed some closure, so I finally texted her on Wednesday and asked her what was wrong. She said, "Hey, not gonna lie, would have loved a heads up that the escape room was gonna be BDSM themed. I had a really nice time chatting with you and hitting the bakeries, but I don't really see this going anywhere." So, yeah, I left out an important detail. I thought it would be funny if I didn't tell her the premise of the escape room was that you had to break into the back of a cafe, enter a BDSM sex dungeon, find a sex tape, and delete it. At the time, I thought this was hysterical and doing something by surprising her with it. In the moment when we entered the sex dungeon portion of the escape room, I didn't even address it and share a laugh about it because, yeah, I'm a dumbass and tried to play it off when it got awkward. We just kind of powered through it and beat the escape room. Afterwards, I thought it went well because when we got our picture taken at the photo booth, she made sure she looked good by retaking the photo a few times. And I thought, oh, this is cute. She wants to look good in her first photo together. She must have had a good time. No, she did not have a good time. I can't help but think what things. I can't help but think what things would be like if I had taken her on either of the first two normal date ideas. I just made a stupidly tone-deaf decision that was insensitive, poorly executed, made her uncomfortable, and was inappropriate for the first date. Not even into BDSM for the record. Yeah, and she hosted a Friendsgiving at her place after the date, so my ass definitely got chewed out by all her friends.
Oof.
I've been beating myself up over this and having my friends roast me, so at least I can share a laugh and heal. Please do the same to me in the threads below. TLDR, I thought it would be funny to take a girl to an escape room on the first date and not tell her it was BDSM theme. My dumbass was surprised when she ghosted me. Important edit and clarification.
The range of responses on this one are crazy, all the way from "this is borderline sexual harassment" to "she just doesn't have a sense of humor, bro." The main takeaway is that I'm an idiot and crossing a sexual boundary that doesn't necessarily have to be physical. I needed to let her know that what we were getting into in this scenario and ask for her permission, or better yet, maybe not do a BDSM escape room on the first date.
Maybe not.
I've learned my lesson and apologized. Life goes on.
Were you gonna say something when she was like taking multiple pictures?
Wait! It's okay, OP. At least you didn't write an erotic fanfic of her favorite cartoon and try to give it to her on her birthday.
What? Huh?
Are you Christian?
And then somebody links them. They linked it. What? Oh no! The Tifus are leading into each other.
Oh no! We need
What?
to read this
Oh
too.
my
We need to
God.
read this too.
No! No! Oh God! Who's the character? Who's the character?
Hold on. We'll find out. Oh, this got deleted. We gotta go to revet it.
Oh.
Don't worry. I'm digging it up.
Let's go. This is too
They
good.
threw it in the dumpster, but I'm dumpster diving.
Going balls deep into the historical engines of the internet.
Bonus Tifu, medium Tifu. Today I fucked up by writing a smut fan fiction for my girlfriend's birthday. It has been about a day since this happened, and I'm not really sure what to do.
Excellent fucking work, dog.
I'm not really sure what to do or how to feel about it. I'm heartbroken. Don't really know why she's so upset by it all. So I, 20M, met my girlfriend, 24F, at a local art convention a few months ago, and we got along with each other from the very beginning. We have a lot of similar interests, including both being very creative. She loves to create pottery, and I love writing, especially smut fan fictions. I never told her what my stories were actually about.
My diversified interests include pottery, long walks on the beach, and smutty fan fiction. Like,
I never told her what my...
romantic.
I never told her what my stories were actually about, because I thought that it might be too much to tell her in the early days of knowing her, and I was more just worried she would think I was weird. Once or twice she had asked, and I would tell her about them neglecting the sexual elements. There have been a few close calls, but they never amounted to anything, and still don't know the truth, so it was all fine. Her birthday was a few months away, and I thought that maybe I could write her a special something to hopefully please her and open myself up to her. I decided to write a fan fiction where we would both get transported to the land of Wreck-It Ralph,
Oh fuck.
as it was her favorite movie, and we had to work out a way to get out in time for her birthday celebration. I started to work on this and kept working on it in my spare time for the next month. That pretty much explains why I started writing this story, and why she didn't know about it, and that leads to yesterday. So it had been a long day of work, and I came back to her apartment, and she was staring at her laptop with makeup running down her face. At first I was confused and thought something terrible had happened to her family or something, but as I started running to her, I noticed that it wasn't her laptop, it was mine! I had stupidly left my laptop with the story open for her to see. Pretending I didn't know what she was looking at, I asked her, what's wrong? Insert sitcom laugh track. She started to cry even more and asked me why I was writing disgusting stories about her. I told her it was supposed to be a surprise, and she slammed my laptop, shoved it to me, and told me to get out. I was, and am honestly so confused about it, but she sent me a message saying that I had ruined her favorite movie, and she didn't know how I could write the things that I did. The last thing she said was that us getting trapped in the Wreck-It Ralph and having to have a threesome with every character to escape was something that a severely ill person would come up with. I don't think she's gonna let me come back, but I really miss her, and it didn't mean anything to offend her like it did. Also, the story wasn't even finished, and I'd let her know that maybe on her birthday I can send her the final version. She might like it better. She hasn't responded to me yet, so I'm just putting this post here for some thoughts. If I had just turned off my laptop, none of this would have happened. TLDR wrote smut fan fiction for my girl's birthday.
No. It would have happened because you would eventually would have given it to her. She would have told you to get out. But anyway.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Oh, somebody posted the actual fic.
Oh my. Oh, he put it online. Oh no. Oh god. Just because. Oh god.
Fine, I'll do it. I know you're all begging for it. I'll read it.
No, god, no.
No, I don't want that. I don't want it, Bobby. No,
god, no.
Unfortunately for you, it's not that long, so.
Please.
I'm only posting this so that people can understand my side of the story.
No,
My original.
No, just link it in the description of the video. Good God!
Well, I don't want this shit in my video description.
I'm
Do you
going
want it in
back
your
to
video?
Wawa now.
Yes. That's content, Kevin. Nobody's gonna read the description.
Oh God, Christ!
Come on, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Fuck.
I am only posting this so that people can understand my side of the story. My original post got deleted by bots. This is a story I wrote for my ex-girlfriend. I hope I'm able to make it up to her. You won't.
You won't. This is irreparable.
Okay. It had been a long night. Theo hadn't been able to sleep and he had just had a fight with his parents. But he didn't care. It was his girlfriend Maddie's birthday and he was going to meet up at her house before taking her out for a nice dinner. He had bought her a special metal case edition of her favorite movie, Wreck-It Ralph. Theo got up and had a shower, rubbing himself while thinking about seeing her in a few hours. That's how it starts?
No.
That's how it starts?
No, you're one of those writers.
While driving to her house,
you make it weird.
First paragraph, he's already off to her in the shower.
Kevin, I need you to do the stop it, get some help insert here.
Okay, yeah, that's going in. That's going in.
Stop it, get some help.
While driving to her house, he thought of all the things he was going to do to her. When he got to her front door, he wished her a happy birthday and they began to make out passionately. She invited him into the house and pushed him onto the couch. Theo stops her and says, "Open your present, babe." She does so and is greeted with the Wreck-It Ralph film. She grins and gets up to put the disc into the CD player, but that's not where you put movies! You don't put movies in a CD player! Bending over and showing her beautiful curves. I want to point out that he has not known this woman long.
Oh.
After turning on the TV and starting the film, she returns to Theo. She takes off his pants and he takes off hers. They make out intensely. Before too long, Maddie is bent over as Theo gyrates in and out of her. Theo came all over Maddie, unfortunately getting some on the TV as well. As it began to
get on the TV!
Look, he's got powerful thrust, okay? He's gyrating like a madman. As it began to short circuit, both Theo and Maddie began to feel lightheaded. In an instant, Maddie disappeared into thin air. Theo was confused, caressing the air with his fingers covered in bodily fluid, and then just like that he could see was a bright light. She woke up in a strange building, legs quivering with lustful passion. The next moment, Theo appeared beside her. In a hurry, he reached for his pants, but to his horror, they were nowhere to be found. He was overcome with a deep sense of public shame. One of his greatest turn-ons.
He was overcome!
A deep sense of public shame. One of his greatest turn-ons. What is this place? He said the line. Theo's voice quivered with fear. It's Fix-It Felix's tower, Maddie replied, full of buoyant glee. We must leave this place. Tears filled Theo's eyes as he contemplated the life he would leave behind with this childish farce. But before we leave,
call your favorite girl for your girlfriend's favorite movie a childish farce. That'll get her to fuck.
Oh yeah. Before we leave, you might need some pants, Maddie replied, caressing the base of his scrotum. Unexpectedly, a voice came from behind them. Actually, you won't need pants to get out of here. The couple turned to see Fix-It Felix wearing his most luxurious garb. What do you mean? Theo inquired curiously. Felix responded, "You see, every few years some poor souls get stuck here by getting liquid on the TV while watching Wreck-It Ralph. To paraphrase Foucault, Wreck-It Ralph is like a prison. The way to get out depends on what liquid you got stuck here. If you got olive oil on the TV, perhaps you would get free by making us all some lasagna. But because you got here with cum, you must leave with sex. You must have a threesome with all the adult characters in the film Wreck-It Ralph." With that, Felix dropped his pants.
What the fuck?
That was an incredible info dump. God damn it. Felix's penis. Hold on. All right. Felix's penis was limp, but with just one hit of his hammer, it became 22 inches hard. Clenching his glutes, Felix made the curvature of his member pronounced like a crescent moon, and his veins throbbed. After dark, they call me Flexin' Felix. Maddie was transfixed, fell to her knees. She took Felix's prized part in her hands and stroked it from base to tip, all 22 inches? Okay. Before putting her lips around it, she worked her way down. She worked her way down, somehow taking all of 22 inches in her mouth. Somehow, Maddie took all 22 inches in her mouth.
Oh my
Gradually,
God.
the thrusts of her head became quicker, and Felix started to moan. Theo made his way around to Felix's other side. He got down on his knees and spread Felix's cheeks.
Gee, I wonder why she didn't like this.
This is horrifying.
With his tongue, Theo explored Felix's sphincter like he sought fine spices from the unconquered world.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Felix's moans continued and pulsated so hard in Maddie's throat.
It's so awful.
That she knew he was about to bust, so Maddie stood up and slid her panties off before pushing Felix to the ground. She started to ride Felix. How? It's too tall. You can't. It doesn't go that much. Theo into her mouth. Maddie knew Felix was big in her mouth, but wait. No, Theo was in her mouth. What? There's already continuity errors. Okay. But his size really became apparent during penetration. Oh, I bet it did. She rode with jubilance and sucked with gnawing gusto. The men were subdued by elation, resigned to a sexual fugue state by Venus's finest. This dude. Eventually, Phoenix returned to a normal state and said, "I'm known for my masonry, but my real forte is my pipe work."
Okay, all right. Points.
That's a good line.
God damn it.
With that, he flipped Maddie over so he would be on top of her and began to thrust deeply. Maddie looked up at Felix and saw a real hard-working man gazing at her with what was undeniable true adoration. Theo got behind Felix once, but this time, he inserted his member into Felix, thrusting in syncopated time to Felix's thrusts into Maddie. Over time, the thrusts grew faster and faster, turning what was once a gentle samba into pounding hardstyle. Felix had never experienced such divine sensations as his penis was blessed by the warmest, tightest, wettest walls he had ever known.
I hate
his
this.
prostate blessed by Theo's proud bar. Finally, Felix released his DNA into the sky and lay in a puddle of his own love. He remained there, panting in an effort to regain his breath. As Felix lay on the roof, Theo stole his pants and took Maddie's hand. Theo laughs, haha, that's one down. Maddie looks around wondering where they are, and as she does this, she sees a big sign over her head that reads Game Central Station. Theo goes to hold her and begins to take her behind the alleyway, giggling as he tells her how horny he is. Maddie kneels behind the seats and begins sensually unzipping Theo's pants with her tongue. You just put them on! You just put them on 4 sentences ago! Maddie kneels behind the seats and begins sensually unzipping. I read that. Various classic characters are roaming around, all oblivious to what's going on. Just as she begins to go down on him with a loud electronic beeping noise is heard, Chun-Li, Ryo, and Zangief come out of their game, dripping with sweat. The trio spots us, and as they walk over, Zangief takes off his shirt. Chun-Li approaches us, gives Maddie a kiss on her cheek, and whispers, "We know a place." Theo and Maddie both look at each other with the same glint in their eye. That was almost too easy, they thought. I don't know who said that. There's no tag. They all walk together into Street Fighter 2. What a sentence. The soft buzz of the cart they were all sitting in seemed to make the sexual tension even more unbearable. The street fighters take off their clothes, as if they had done this before, and start to rub their hot, sweaty bodies on each other. Join in, they say. Chun-Li undresses Theo and Maddie at the same time. She rubbed Theo's cock and sucked on Maddie's breasts. Ryu and Zangief come from behind and start to fondle each other.
I can't believe she broke up with him over this.
Chun-Li lied down and brought Maddie on top of her.
Why did you think that posting the story was going to make this better for you?
No, she's just got to see the final version. This is just a first draft, you see. The pair kissing and passionate.
Yeah. Fix It Felix's 22-inch hard long cock. Yeah, no, that's just the first draft. God.
Rio and Zangief continued their mutual masturbation while Theo got behind Maddie and inserted himself. He started to stroke as hard and fast as he could, and reached around to find her clitoris.
Clitoris!
A pursuit which he was successful in, as per usual. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Ryu and Zangief walked to the women's heads and dropped their cocks in front of them. Maddie and Chun-Li took the men deep inside their mouths and brought their pussies together so Theo's hand could touch both of their clits. The group continued like this until they all unleashed a powerful orgasm at the same time. Semen from 3 directions spurted into the world and covered the women, who in turn adorned each other with their loving juices. The women remained on top of each other and resumed kissing. Theo watched and stroked himself, continuing to produce a small stream of cum. By the time they were done, it had been perhaps the greatest production of liquid since biblical times, and Maddie and Theo looked and saw that it was good. King Candy had been watching from afar and knew they would eventually come to him. It was only a matter of time. That's all he had written so far.
We're not topping that. Fuck.
Oh.
Sorry. Wording was wrong. Please don't. God.
It's not finished yet. She already thinks he's severely ill, but maybe when she reads the finished version, it'll be all better. He's just plain delusional.
Oh my god, this dude's fucking insane. What is this? How I am surprised she didn't. Oh god.
You know what? Sex Dungeon guy, you're off the hook.
You know what, dude, Sex Dungeon guy. You might have fucked up a little. This dude fucked up a lot. We're sorry.
We're sorry for hating on you, because we forget there's always a bigger fuck up out there.
As Qui-Gon Jinn once said, there's always a bigger fish. This is what he was referring to.
This is what he was referring to. Oh god, no. No. Every now and then we have a story that makes us realize, at least I'm not this fuck up.
It can always get worse, Kevin. It can always get worse.
At least we're not this guy. Fuck.
I woke up today and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't predict I'd be reading erotic Wreck-It Ralph fanfiction on the podcast.
Son of a bitch.
You never know where we're gonna go.
Nope.
How much time do we have left for you? You gotta go.
I gotta be gone. I gotta leave at 4:15 sharp.
Well, let's just go to the lightning round then.
All right, lightning
round.
Go to the lightning round.
Yeah, we're not gonna top that anyway. Fuck that. Like that's it. That's the end of it. We're done.
Oh yeah. Yep. Much like Theo, we peaked there. That's one for the BGS archives. The lightning round. This is where we go to our unpopular opinion and find some unpopular opinions. Do we agree? Do we disagree? Who fucking cares at this point? Unpopular opinions. Let's go. Let's see. Dr. Pepper is the best soda in the world. It's up there. I like it. It's pretty good.
I like it enough to have gotten 3 2 liters of it.
Disagree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that.
It's good shit. I love Dr. Pepper.
I love the Dr. Pepper memes where it's just like people are like open up their fridge and it's just like the fridge is full of nothing but Dr. Pepper and people are just like, "Are you okay?"
Yep. He's a mad scientist son of a bitch. A cultural food being made authentically doesn't make it better. Yeah, not necessarily.
Not necessarily, yeah. Because like you can make authentic food and have it be bad.
It's also just like just because it's been like historically like popular doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between Chinese and American Chinese food.
As a cook, I agree.
Yep. Let's see here. Doing the ad-libs or whatever during Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is cringe, and I can't take it. Even as a child, I thought when everyone screamed like George Washington or like Monopoly, that was so cringe. If it was supposed to be in the song, it would have been written in there. Now I gotta conform to your ad-libbing because you can't just enjoy a song with its original lyrics. And now that I think about it, it's not even a great song. It's about discrimination, right? Whatever. I like top comment. Is everything okay at home? Do you get angry at Weird Al as well? If Madonna wanted it to be like a surgeon, she would have written it that way. She was just being oppressed by the penocracy that didn't let her attend med school.
You know what? Coolio had a point. God.
Yeah, the ad-libs in Rudolph, kind of cringe.
They're a little cringe, but at the same time, it's whatever. Come on.
Popular opinion, croissants are boring and messy, y'all just blinded by butter.
Croissants are delicious.
You've never had a good croissant. Your opinion sucks.
The work to reward ratio for making them is also fucked. It's just bread that makes flakes all over everything when you eat it. And there's chocolate in the bread. Then congratulations, you invented a messier donut. Points for being less sweet, but that's it. It's a stunt pastry that coasts on its French name and reputation required for technical skill to make. Yeah, I would struggle to make a cardboard box from scratch too. Doesn't mean I want to eat it, even if there's a ton of butter in it. Literally any pastry is better except palmiers, which are just flat croissants. I'm sure they're very exciting at one point, in much the same way getting an orange in a tin cup for Christmas would be, but paying $6.50 for one today is like putting that orange on the same level as an Xbox. Absolute waste of bakery cased real estate. Put more Italian rainbow cookies in their place.
I have never ever heard somebody have this strong of an opinion about croissants before.
To be fair, I would not pay $6.50 for a croissant.
Depending on the croissant, like how big is it, like how is it made, how good is it?
No, Kevin, you're not paying $6.50 for a croissant.
Oh,
I won't.
I'm not.
Well, then don't fucking go to bat for it if you're not gonna put your money where your mouth is, you dipshit.
This is quite literally a put a money where your mouth is situation.
Yeah, anyone who wants to spend $6.50 on one croissant, please stand up. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Let's see here. In-N-Out is overrated and honestly disgusting. I wouldn't know. I don't live on the West Coast.
In-N-Out's good. Fuck you.
Okay, well, there you
I
go.
like In-N-Out. In-N-Out's great.
Flat beer is just better?
Ew. Why would...
Ew. What? No.
No.
Also, kill yourself.
Fresh?
Flat beer is just better. Carbonation takes away from the truer flavor of the beer, especially with specialty brews. Letting it go flat allows you to experience much of the intricate flavor profiles. I know I'll get hate for this, but I genuinely feel this is the better way to enjoy beer. Usually when I buy a new pack, I open them all and leave them in the fridge for them to go flat. Anyone else do this?
All right, I actually just unfairly hate retarded people now.
Top comment. This is one of the most dog shit opinions I've ever had the displeasure of seeing. Take my upvote.
It's unpopular for a reason. Because you're fucking wrong.
Enjoy the intricate flavors of your bread juice, mate.
Yep.
Finally, a true psychopath. Here's an upvote. I warm mine up in the microwave and add a spoonful of sugar. I'll go hide in the corner now, waiting to be shamed. Even OP is like, Jesus.
Oh my god, that's worse.
It can always get worse.
What is wrong with Reddit today?
Good lord.
Fuck.
Boy.
I take a week off and this is what I get when I come back.
They went crazy without you.
Oh my god.
You're crazy, yeah. Whew. Oh boy. Hold on, I gotta see what the fuck their argument is. Okay, no, that sucks. Not doing it.
Okay, okay.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh my god.
The McRib is McMid as fuck.
Yes, it is. That's not an
It is.
unpopular opinion at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still tasty, though.
Is that why he doesn't stay?
Yeah, because I'll tell you, again, I think I've discussed this with you guys, but I don't know if I've discussed it on the podcast, but as a person who used to work at McDonald's, this is how it works. We sell the McRib usually for about a month at a time. The first week, it sells like crazy because it's back, it's fresh, it's new. The second week and third week, it sells like okay, and then the last week, no one buys it because they're tired of it because it's not actually that great.
Yeah,
I mean that is the life cycle of the McRib.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Do you like the McRib?
I don't think I've never had it. Let's see, what else is here? Bags of Capri Sun should come with the pointy part of the straw facing downwards. Just turn the straw around.
Turn the straw around.
How?
It-
That is peak laziness. What the fuck? How dare Capri Sun expect me, an American citizen, to turn a straw around in my hands? Dear Lord, I hope this guy has never had the displeasure of holding a pencil. He'd just fucking eviscerate himself on the spot.
Just holds a pencil and starts screaming.
I can't take this world anymore. They expect too much of me.
Lord, why must you give me your what? Lord, why must you give me your toughest battles? And God's just like, turn the straw around.
Right. Reminds me of that Family Guy skit where it's just like, oh, sometimes the world is just so beautiful. It's just some trash flowing in the wind. Do you know how complicated your circulatory system is?
Teacher, where is the pencil sharpener? Oh, it's over there on the wall. You expect me to walk to sharpen my pencil? Are you insane? Are you mad, woman? Next, you'll tell me to turn a straw around like Capri Sun. This is. I want to see what the comments are. This dude is peak. Having to rotate the straw after you remove it from the plastic so you can puncture the bag is the source of all of the problems in the world. Rotating the straw uses up valuable calories and contributes to anxiety and frustration. Why are they packaged upside down? I once saw a man shoot himself after trying to puncture a Capri Sun bag with the flat end of the straw by accident. An old lady died trying to protect herself from a bear using the wrong side of a Capri Sun straw. If they came packaged in a sensible way, tragedies like these could be avoided. Nobody should have to rotate anything.
God damn it.
Oh god, somebody says, I poke my straw through the bottom of the Capri Sun. OP. Fucking genius. Freestyle Capri Sun straw injection is both a sport and an art. Holding the bag upside down is an advanced technique where, when utilized, the straw orientation is corrected. However, not everyone has the fortitude to manage such a daring, dangerous maneuver. Kudos to you, dog motifs.
You're all insane. Turn the straw around. God fucking damn it.
Turn around, bright eyes. Every day and night I drink Capri. Wait. Hold on. What the fuck is this?
What
the fuck is it? Music is overrated and not needed in your life. I live day to day without listening to any music. I don't have a Spotify. I don't listen to the radio in the car.
Okay, Grandma, trying to get you back into bed now.
I only ever hear it when I'm watching TV. I carry on living. It has no impact at all on my personal or working life. Yet, I am forever hearing about people who cannot live without music, especially the youngsters in my family who, for example, cannot study without music. The music in the background, that's distracting, it's not helpful, and if you're perfectly— Hey, what are you doing? Get off me! Hey, don't take me! Stop! Music is not necessary! You're all being brainwashed! No! No! I won't go back to the farm! Sorry. I had a little bit of an episode there.
Clearly. Are you okay?
I need more unpopular opinions to sustain me. Unpopular opinion, putting the cookie part of an Oreo on pizza is delicious, and I'm tired of pretending it's not!
Oh, God.
People in my elementary school would put the cookie part of the Oreo on cheese pizza. It was great, and I still do it from time to time. I've told my friends, and they're all disgusted, lol. But I swear to you, it is great. It even works on vegan pizza, which is what I eat now. Oh, God, he's a vegan!
Oh, God, no.
It's like, I think it's similar to dipping fries in a milkshake. It sounds awful, but it is amazing.
Hold on. He's a vegan. How is he eating Oreo cookies?
They have milk.
I mean, in the frosting part, not like in the...
No, in the actual...
Oh, that's... Yeah. Wait a minute. Does Oreo make vegan cookies?
Do they?
Fake vegan. Fake fucking vegan.
Kevin, look it up. Does Oreo make vegan cookies?
Looking it up.
Kill yourself. It's the only right thing.
Oreo...
Yeah, I don't want this guy in the gene pool, honestly.
Vegan
I'm just kidding.
cookies.
I don't actually have an issue with vegans. I just have an issue with the obnoxious vegans, which unfortunately represents about 80% of them. But I've met 2 non-obnoxious vegans.
No, but they do have gluten-free.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Fake vegan.
Fake vegan.
Fake vegan. Let's see here. What's next in this bout of insanity? People that hate zoos because of the caged animals but own pets are hypocrites. I don't care how good you treat your pet. If you have it locked up in your house, you have your own zoo. I think you are a hypocrite. I don't care what type of pet you have, and if it couldn't survive in the wild, you took all the animals in the zoo and released them, they would probably die fast too.
Also, zoologists. Okay, so I actually know a little bit about this because my brother-in-law is a zoologist.
Oh.
New Sheridan lore?
Yeah, so first of all, most zoologists spend every waking moment of every waking day, doing their absolute best for the animals, and they're professionals, so they actually know how to properly care for an animal and meet its needs, including exercise, alone time, social time, everything else. Also, the animals that are in zoos are no longer taken from the wild; they're bred in captivity. So they're essentially they're getting closer and closer to essentially being domesticated versions of the original animals.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer take animals from the wild and introduce them into zoos. We breed them within the zoo area so that they're already used to living in a cage when they're younger. Therefore, it's not traumatizing or harmful for them. It's
the end.
like,
the end goal: war bears.
If you tried to take a lynx from the wild and tried to raise it, it would be miserable and die of depression. Yeah. But house cats are perfectly capable of being lazy all fucking day and never leaving the home. I know plenty of cat owners that never let their house, and I think that's cruel. But at the same time, they've been bred in order to be able to, like, where that's fine. They've been bred to the point where it's like, yeah, this is how we live now. It's fine. So, people who hate on zoologists for doing that shit are idiots.
I see.
Yeah.
And they don't know anything about the industry. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's see here. Shampoo is a scam. Unless you have super oily hair, your hair got really dirty, there's no reason to use shampoo. Water alone is just as good for cleanliness and actually better for your hair. Shampoo is just a scam pushed by Big Pooh.
Yeah, actually, unfortunately, my hair is, like, super fucking greasy after, like, a day without washing it, so, yeah.
I know, sometimes he's like, I can't talk, my hair's too greasy.
Yeah, it starts to itch. It actually starts to itch, so yeah.
I know, but I need you to understand how fucking stupid, sorry guys, I can't talk, my hair's too greasy sounds.
Yeah, no, out of context, it sounds ridiculous.
In context, it sounds still ridiculous, just slightly less so.
Yeah.
But that's not because it makes logical sense. It's only because I have empathy for you as a person.
Thank you.
Yeah. You and your nonsensical life of weird bullshit. That's gonna do it for the Baka Gaijin show.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yep, that'll
Yep.
do for today.
Yep. Thank you for listening to the Baka Gaijin show. If you want to be part of this, join our Discord server in the link provided below, or email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com with your questions, comments, concerns, topic suggestions, anything, please. We'll read it. We will read it. If this episode has proven anything, we'll read anything.
Oh yes, we will.
We will read anything.
Yeah, or at least I will. My throat hurts.
And I'll
Anyway.
power the corner while you complete that. While you do that.
That's how it works. You can follow us all on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CCharmanderK, and at Saradin Sedranor. And make sure to subscribe to this channel for more episodes of this, the podcast that you just love to listen to on speaker at work. We'll see you next time. ZekeFreak out. Ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that